because I started focusing on writing.
Well, that's
And
writing's an art form in itself too. It's called literature, but yeah, there's some art to it too. If you can wax philosophically, or you can keep people hooked in because of the turn of phrase that you use, I would say that will be a an art form in itself too. Now, that's not to say proper prose is always the right course of action to go when you do the writing aspect, but like I've noticed that sometimes that I tend to look at writing as an art form in itself, or at least I try to see the world through art
yeah,
in a way. If you can make an art out of it, then I'm like, yep, that's art. That's why I called that's why I called John Wick the John Wick series realism in art as an art form.
mm.
Well, I am a werewolf, so the rules don't apply to me,
Holy
Big
shit! When did
Al.
we go live?
Just now,
Just now?
just now, I didn't do no warning, or at least I didn't do no countdown on these.
Holy shit! Did I dox myself when I revealed what high school I went to?
No,
All right. Okay.
I I strained the moment I was talking about art form in literature.
Uh, cool.
Well, you didn't give a name for your school, so that's not technically doxing.
I mean, I did.
You did.
Yeah,
Well, it's a good thing I didn't go live.
that's good. That's good. Well, I mean, technically,
Yeah.
if people actually look into it when we were, or did we? Never mind. I'll not say anything.
Right.
If I ever talk
Best to
about
keep your
that,
mouth
it
shut.
will be when I'm far away from Jersey.
Well, now you just told what state you live in
I mean, I've been saying it for a while now that I'm from
at this
Jersey.
point.
Yeah. But when I'm far away from Jersey, then I'll talk about like my high school and stuff like that.
Well, you
So,
like this. You could do a whole. You couldn't do no worse than I did when I first streamed with Ishi and Kat. Cause I revealed just about a lot of stuff about me in that first stream, but I'm not worried about that one because my YouTube life is not really connected to my Facebook life.
I mean,
Not entirely.
I'm using a pen name, so
Yep. So they only know me by name on Facebook, but not everybody from the YouTube like bleeds in with my family. And so far, the family hasn't even asked who this person is.
I can't even access my all my social media right now because it's all that information is like on my broken phone. I have to get the screen fixed so I can like retrieve all that information. I'm just glad I have MeWe though, because like I could communicate with you guys.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I only share it like through the Facebook groups, not really on my Facebook profile and Minds and Twitter. I think I did a good job covering my tracks and covering my bases so that nothing will clash.
Yep.
And even when the time comes, or at least when I get found out about the family, if they have any issues with me, then I'm just gonna just face up and just tell them like, "Yep, I said that. I said that about you, and I said that about you, and I'm not taking back what I said. This is what I think. This is what I said about you. So obviously, this is probably what I think about you. Now, however you want to take it, that's all up to you.
Yep.
I leave that all entirely up to you because I'm still talking. Because like, if I can say that much about you online or at least on stream and still can talk to you, that means there's some respect that I have for you to some degree,
Holy shit.
or at least
So,
that like deep down, I still I still love my family.
yeah.
Let's go with strong red for this one because
Oh, sorry. It's just like I'm organizing my bed right now.
I didn't know there was spring cleaning. That's a little bit early.
I think it's a
I
bit
kid, I kid.
because since we're past spring, it's fall, autumn, or whatever it's called.
And it's hot. But I know a trooper come up here. Don't talk to me about hot. It's like I can complain about my heat. You can complain about your heat. Go ahead. I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to compare heat from different states. I'm just telling you my disposition.
It's actually getting cold over here.
Lucky you.
It's fun watching everybody like shiver, and I'm not affected by it. Oh,
If you're still in, how was the rewatch yesterday? Or whoever's in this stream? Because I only see one. I didn't share the stream, so
yo, my dog is barking, but I don't know who it is. I'll let my mom answer it. Oh, it's my dad.
the dog's happy to see him.
No, my dog and my dad don't get along.
Wow. That's animals for you. Almost done with the picture, so I'm happy today. Anything you want to discuss? Like any future stream topics you want to discuss? Wait, she's gone.
Hold up, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here. Hold up, just putting my headphones on. All right.
yep. Like I said, any stream topics that you could possibly think of. You weren't even here for the college talk.
Yeah, and I'm sad I missed it because like my phone was broken.
Wow, that sucked badly.
It was an
It's like
interesting
true.
experience being trapped for a bit, like under a bridge while everything was flooding.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like crazy enough to like go near the edge, like where the sidewalk met the street, because that's where everything was um you know flooding.
Mm-hmm.
And some cars were crazy enough to like try to drive through that water, and they created these giant waves that like pushed everybody. And I was just,
Victor.
what?
Hey,
I,
Victoria.
I was just like, what? You guys are crazy. I'm going back inside.
Hmm.
I,
I would call him brave, but
Ascoltare la
whatever.
Giulisa?
And family dispute. You're gonna go watch them tear down. Oh, she's already gone. Probably.
I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, who changed the channel to Telemundo? Now, who changed the channel to Telemundo?
It wasn't me. My mom was telling me, go do your homework. It's because I was fixing the bed.
Yeah, that counts for something. You're doing something. It's
Trust
not
me, my
homework, but
room
it's
is
something.
like a mess. It's like a tornado swept in here.
It's called an introvert's room.
My dad's like, you should have been born a boy, because my room is just such a mess.
And I'm done, but maybe I should do a gradient just to sorry. I'm like figuring out what I'm gonna do next before I scan this thing.
This
Goodness gracious,
laptop
I
is
made
like worth $300. The new laptop the school gave me, apparently.
you just you should sell it
Nah,
for extra money.
no, I actually need it for school because my other laptop, it needs fixing. I mean, it
Maybe I
works,
should
but
just
like, I
wipe.
need to fix it.
I don't know. Or rather, I could do this. Sorry, talking to myself.
It's fine.
I can do this. Let's see. First,
Oh,
I'm gonna do a
I
pencil.
thought Ishi was already streaming. Apparently, he just set it up.
Yep. Uh, Too bad. I'm streaming, so I can't go. And funny enough, the freaking stream doesn't have the thumbnail I'm using. That's funny.
It was
That
probably
is
too
funny.
explicit. Or
It's just a bunch of Japanese women freaking in office clothing.
yep,
I'm like, how explicit is it really? How
it's it started in Japan.
look, I'm calling YouTube for what it is, racist. They okay with anybody else's culture, but anybody else that culture that just that they deem explicit, y'all racist. At least they let the women go out like that. The Middle Eastern on the hand, not so much.
Yo, it was crazy what Trooper was posting about on Miwi, but like, I mean, it's not unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like it made me think of that. You saw the comment I posted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Obviously, we got this, and that. I wish that dude come back.
I really wish so too.
Put a little. Let's see. Put a little border here, cause I'm really don't like negative space in my work. So I gotta make it pop out somehow. Yeah. All this time I'm still doing this artwork. I wish I had my camera or I could show it.
I really hate the fact that I have to use like Microsoft for all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
On the bright side, I don't have to pay for Microsoft again in my life because the school paid for it.
Right. It's hard to find Photoshop these days too.
I don't like the new model of everything is just subscription based. It's so annoying.
Yep. It's like, damn it, should have gotten it when the getting it was good.
I mean, I have like Microsoft Word from like 2009, like a disk, so I could
Mm-hmm.
like install it anywhere. I'm sure people could track down the ones before it became live service.
I don't know why they're going to Ishi stream. We're just sitting here talking shit.
Because we're boring.
I guess. I guess they don't like professional shit talkers.
I don't really consider myself a shit talker.
Yes, you are.
Ow.
If people really can't feel good what you're saying, especially when you're speaking truth and logic is a fact, you're technically a shit talker. Remember, they're redefining the words. Why not?
Yeah,
Why shouldn't we?
yeah,
Trying to redefine language and all that bullshit. I'm like, so you guys are basically just co-signing to be illiterate. Okay, that means I don't have to respect you then, or at least you're not worthy of respect in my book. Especially when you try to get my people to talk like that. I'm like, nah, nope. Next thing you're gonna tell me that I should be speaking Ebonics, and I will still say no, thank you. I wouldn't be surprised if they even attempted to. Hey, Crispy. He might do too. I'm just talking shit about him. That's all I'm doing. Just talk. We all give each other grief. Pretty sure he talks shit about me too sometimes. Dead air.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to connect my laptop to the internet so I could just like log into Canvas.
I might as well just rename this the too busy to talk stream. Like can't talk right now. I'm busy.
Oh no, I don't remember my the password I set up for my hotspot.
Oh, don't you hate that when you have a blonde girl moment? That can be frustrating. I guess I'll sell with this pen. What's the worst thing that could happen? I asked that, and I might get my answer, and not in a good way. Trooper has an answer, and I know Leia definitely is not going to be here. And if she was, it's going to be late in the day. Brian won't be here. Schooner won't be here. Owen's probably over there worshiping the altar of Ishi too.
I mean, it's
Unless
Ishi, so like, I mean, I can't blame.
I don't blame him either. I can kidnap him though. Let's see. Share this through private chat with him.
I kind of miss the streams with Janelle. Like, what happened? Like,
Janelle's. Well, the thing is, I'm at the risk of thinking I know everybody's day in life.
yeah.
She's not always there because she's got things to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember
She's
like her
still a human
mom and
being.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
Like,
saying she's still a human being. So it's
yeah,
not
I
always.
understand. I understand.
I was lucky to talk to her when we did the Voltron the Robotech stream,
Yep.
and I was like,
What
the only
happened? What happened to Fair Maiden White? I hadn't seen her in the chat since
I was
forever.
about to ask her, but ask about her, but she did show up on one of the morning streams, so
Oh,
she's still
that's good.
around.
That's good to hear.
She's still around, so. But I'm pretty sure she probably had things to do and probably was dealing with some sick weather.
Yeah.
You know, we're we're in a moment of time where the weather has gotten weird on us and hasn't been very cooperative lately.
Yo, this new phone hotspot, it's the best because my laptop actually works on it.
Nice. Still don't know anything about hotspots.
It's like the internet for the phone, like that you share with other devices.
Okay. You explain it, I'm just like, okay.
I
Doesn't mean
know,
I'm
so
gonna figure it out.
it's very underwhelming.
Yeah. I, sh- I should do that. I should do that Saitama meme. Soka. I think I've become a Saitama recently. It's like when people explain it to me, I'm like, okay. It's like I heard you, but some of that went right over my head.
Oh
You
god.
know, you know what's
Sorry.
great about having a crew now is that I can no longer use that phrase. Now I'm just sitting here by myself and talking to myself, and that's chaos. That's a Jurassic Park reference, by the way.
Ah, damn. Sorry, I'm just looking at my courses and everything that I missed because I when I didn't have my phone.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god,
I swear, I bet you I'm stressing out for nothing. And it turns
as
out
you
there
usually
was,
do.
yeah.
I'm freaking out, guys. We can see that. Not to trivialize your issue, but we can see that you're freaking out. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's crooked.
What happened?
Wow.
What happened?
No, I used to T square, and like when I went through it, it just went. It just my measurement was off. Let's just say that my position was off, and it just came out crooked, slightly. It's not like completely noticeable, but it's unmistakable that I freaking just like nudged it to the side and just went the way it did. And I mean it's fine and all, but like yeah, I'm not happy about it. I'm mildly just it's a mild inconvenience, and it sucks because my eyesight it's when I focus something on too long, that's when the tunnel vision starts setting in, and that's what happens is like I get tunnel vision. It's like I can't barely even make out what is effectively organized and ordered in the piece. So like I have to close one eye
Yo, I
to
bet
see properly.
my teacher is just laughing at the updates that I keep giving about like my journey to getting internet and a phone. You know what's funny? I'm kind of surprised the class didn't have like an extreme reaction to like, or maybe they didn't notice, but my my tech teacher like he has like whatchamacallit, the Dixie flag, you know the Dixie flag, right?
No.
The one that they people keep calling the Confederate flag. He had like a keychain for it dangling from his ski.
Okay. Has anybody reacted to that?
Nope. Nobody cared. And you know, I think that was the best. That was like the highlight of that class, like when we were setting up the laptops and stuff like that, because you know, people that like the woke, they
Bye,
they tend to have
Victoria.
they tend to have extreme reactions to that.
Yeah. They'll most do, and I'm like, so
So yeah,
just me. I'm like, what's so wrong with him? Being okay with a side that felt strongly about their views. They were more than just people that wanted to keep their slaves.
I mean, to be fair, the majority of people who used the Dixie flag, they it was just like the ranchers and the plantation owners that were about the slaves. Everybody else was just like about not getting their homes destroyed.
Hmm.
Essentially, that's pretty much it.
And yet people are so ignorant to think that it was about people wanting their slaves. Mostly that.
Ooh, like it was just. Like with same with every war, like the 1% cares about one issue and everybody else is just like, I don't want to die.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that one video that I shared about the conservative twins?
Um, no, I don't really keep up with commentators anymore. Like,
Well, it's because of that. That's why I'm on a kind of like a Middle Eastern bent right now
yo,
with the
it's look.
Taliban.
Sorry. I'm just looking at this stuff and like Canvas works better like on the phone than it does on the computer, like for messaging.
Mm, just thinking. More there, because I just lost my train of thought. Shouldn't you be doing your homework?
Yeah, I am. Like I'm trying to find my assignments that I missed, but like I don't know where to find it. Hold up. Hold up. I think it's this one.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Has to be this one. Holy shit, that's gonna take an hour. That's gonna eat up all my internet. Fudge.
Hang on. Never mind. I was about to tell her that there's a knock on the door.
I have to cancel it. I can only navigate stuff on here. I can't really download anything with this.
Yeah, because if that's a tragedy.
It is because it's like the PowerPoint that I need to do the assignment.
Oh, wow. PowerPoint.
Goodbye. Goodbye, life.
No, what I'm gonna do with my internet and my PowerPoint.
And I'm gonna have to go to like Dunkin' Donuts or something in the morning.
Right.
I should have set up the internet sooner. Okay.
Now it's again me sitting here by myself and talking to myself, and that's chaos. So if anybody here is in the public chat, please identify yourself. I see only one person. Probably not a good idea just to be sitting here, using us as audio since we have nothing to really cover for. If you guys got any ideas on what we could cover for the future Wolf Commander Rambles, I would love to hear them. I'm always open for new ideas when I implement them. That's on me, of course. That's my responsibility. There's say a topic that you mentioned one time in one of the fun streams that I didn't get around to talking about. Please let me know in the comments and I'll get on that definitely. But I am finishing up this art piece I'm doing for the Pacellis. Troy and Nanette Pacelli, to be for those who don't know who these people are. And I am done actually. Done. Oh, Eloise is sorting out family pounds. I'm gonna be scanning this and sharing this on MeWe and every other platform that I share my artwork on. Cause that's what I do. I talk shit, do art, all that good stuff. Hey, Crispy. So it's you that's the only person that's in the Stream chat. Can you do me a favor and share this? Or probably I'll have to do it myself. I might as well just do it myself because usually that's how that happens when it brings all the people to the yard. And if you're hearing the background noise, that's me just wiping down this art piece. Just gonna lose their minds. I think I should. No, no. Leave it as it is, Wolftan. Leave it as it is. Oop. Excuse the noise. All right.
Well, I can't find the assignments at all. Like I just found like PowerPoints that I can't even download.
No harm, no foul, I guess.
I'm so upset right now because it's my money going into like getting this,
Yeah.
and I missed a day trying to get to the actual building, only to find out that it was remote classes, which
Remote class.
I couldn't even access because like
Victoria
internet
had that
problems.
question. She had a question in one of the streams in the comments. She was asking, "What is a remote anything?" I was like, "Oh, I guess it's working from home." Hopefully, she got that reply.
I'll probably go and look at the comment section of that.
Yeah, it's rare when somebody comments on my stuff. I was hoping I was gonna get some negative comments about my Black Panther rewrite.
I can't even do anything like this. Sorry, I'm just like frustrated right now.
As you should be. You want to do your work, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mean to snort laugh on that, but like that is kind of hilarious that they're supplying you this stuff. They walk you through it, and yet Murphy's law still is in effect. And Murphy's law is a cruel law, if you ask me.
yeah.
Chris P asking me, "Are you going to check out Shang-Chi?" Hail to the no.
Yo,
I tell you what.
if I tell my mom I can't do it, she's gonna yell at me. Be like, you're paying money for this.
Right.
Mm.
Wait a minute.
My phone is overheating.
Wow. You want to leave?
No, that's fine. I can't even do anything either way. I'll have to talk to like the teacher for like the assignment to like redo it because like I didn't even have a phone. I didn't know it was a remote day, and
Are you going to see Shang-Chi?
who me?
Yes, you.
I barely go to movies.
But even if you went to go see it, are you going to see it? That's the question.
Nope. I just don't
It's like,
find it interesting.
I just see it as another Black Panther situation, and I barely even liked Black Panther. Mostly because they only banked off the all black the black cast situation. It's like, where have you all been? There's always been movies about an all black cast. Everybody kept giving me that same spiel. It's like, yeah, but when the last time you seen a movie or a show with an all black cast? Everywhere, every year. You acting as if I've been starved for all black cast. y'all acting like y'all acting like I'm not from the old school. That's y'all problem. It's like who are you talking to here? It's like I've seen enough black shows with an all black cast. I've seen enough black movies with an all black cast, and you're trying to tell me that this is the first time you in a long. It's like this is the first time in a long time you've ever seen a product that had an all black cast. I'm like, really? Fresh Prince
You
did
know, you know what I'm
you
gonna do?
you
I'm gonna crack open the textbook and start reading it.
right? The
Read
tried
ahead
and
because
true
I don't
old
know.
way.
Read ahead because I don't know what's going on.
I was gonna do a lot. I was gonna do some background artist information about this piece. I was like, nah, forget it. Ever like soon as I did some other stuff to it, I'm like, you know what? I don't think that's needed. I think it works just as well as it is on its own. And the scanner makes it looks. One thing I keep forgetting is that the scanner makes it looks much better than what it does real life. I keep forgetting that every single time. Cause like the you'll see it in the MeWe, or rather, I'll just post it up on the screen since I know how to do. I know the overlay now. I can overlay. Let's see. I'm using my laptop's. I'm using my laptop's touchpad for which I haven't used in a long at all actually. But here it is. I'm gonna pop up on screen. Wait, she's not on. She's not speaking right now, but okay. We're still gonna soldier on. Right now, I'm gonna post this on the Pacelli's MeWe group. I'll share it with Troy. Sorry for the long dead air.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna start opening and reading the textbook.
And Chris P says, "I like Black Panther and Civil War." And he says, "Anybody remember? I'm going to get you, sucker." I always remember. I'm going to get you, sucker. Always, unless I get dementia or I go senile. I'm gonna share it with Troy real quick, and there you go, Troy. All for you. Should have wrote. Nope, 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 nope. Stop. The work is
What
finished.
happened?
You're too overcritical. Nah, when I thought about it, like I thought I should have wrote down the names of the characters on there, like a title name. I was like, nope, nope, nope. Let it go. Let it go.
Isn't that what manga does? Like,
No,
sorry.
I was gonna style. I was gonna not necessarily that. I was gonna stylize the names in the border. I wish I had written them along the border line. I'll show you.
Damn. Sorry, I'm just looking for something.
Like right at the top corner of the border. I was like, dang it, I should have put their names right there, right on the upper left hand. It's like I should have put it right there. It's like whatever, it's done.
I have no
I'm proud
pillow
of it.
casings.
Why? I thought those were cheap to get.
It's probably somewhere in the clean clothing that I haven't put away yet.
Wow. Ooh, I finally hit that son of a bitch. Where did he go though? Because that was not really a good hit to knock him out. Fucking fly.
Oh my god.
Oh, you were
I,
you? Wait a minute.
what?
Were you? No, you weren't there, were you? You weren't there at that time when Trooper was singing his praises about Fiona, and I'm just sitting here just like what like weighing in on when this fly's gonna land in a position where he can't escape, where I can trap him, and I can finally crush him, and I'm just biding my time, right? And as he's singing his praises to Fiona, I whisper no sooner than the fly leaves a spot where I could have trapped him, I should have said "fuck her," and, and they just start. Everybody who was in that panel just start bust up laughing
I wish I was
because
there. When was this?
I think it was on Thursday. I think it was on I think it was either on I think it was the college talk.
Yo, you should
Probably.
clip that.
Oh, I will. I even mentioned that in the stream. I was like, I'm definitely gonna clip that one. Cause like I said fuck her, but everybody thought I said fuck her. Like I was basically enticing him to go like if you like her, it's like it's implying if I was saying like, well, you like her so much, why don't you go fuck her? I'm pretty sure if y'all hear this, I'm that happened, and take it take it for what you will. I'm not gonna say take that as a compliment. Like I'm pretty sure she does because she takes a lot of things in stride. It's crazy.
She's Florida
But yeah,
woman.
yeah, she is. I'm pretty sure she's over at Ishi Stream too.
Yep.
Everybody's there. Like Sunday is just where everybody's pretty much set into to what weekend stream that they want to be in, and I'm
Oh,
just
there's
like
7 people in
playing.
the chat. Oh, crispy. Uh,
Yep, it's only one person. It's just Chris P, and I haven't seen him in a while. So if you're hearing this, Chris P, I miss you, bro. He was on.
God damn,
He
I'm
was
trying to
on.
open this
Yeah.
book. It's wrapped in plastic, and I don't have any nails.
Oh wow. Get you a box cutter or something.
Well, if I had a box cutter, I'd probably either cut my finger off or like cut the book open. Look at this.
Go back. I want to comment on that one. On my minds. Damn it. Where was? Oh, it's probably at the bottom. Mine's is weird with its interface sometimes.
Yeah, I can't even download the app anymore. Like on my old phone, I don't know. I haven't tried it on my new phone. This isn't possible.
Oh boy.
Dude, this is turning into an ASMR.
Yep. I'm just sitting here just posting art everywhere as much as I can just to get noticed. And I have been getting noticed.
I think I'm just gonna have mines and whatchamacallit.
Maybe.
No, mine's Miwi and I forgot what the other one's called.
You know what?
Mastodon.
My biggest flaw
Mastodon and
is that I didn't
Pixelfed.
do enough
That's it.
value. I didn't do enough value to this. They look bare. Everything else is fine, but like everything else is bare. That sucks. Oh well. I'm still learning. Oh goodness. It won't let me scroll down. Wait.
The great
Yeah.
reveal. I did it.
Nice.
I defeated plastic.
Chris P talking about being busy at work in the afternoons. Yeah, I know the deal, man. Don't worry.
Yep.
You're a working man. Working man, working man. I'll post it later. Or, whoa, okay.
What
There's
happened?
two ways I can go about it. Okay. Right. Never mind then. Just post it. Just post it. And it won't. Okay. I'll have to wait until we're done streaming to put my mouse back in. Because I have no idea how to scroll with this bitch on keyboard. And that's how mine operates. Let's see. Message. Who messaged me? Owen. He's watching a movie right now. I don't care, man.
Oh,
Get your ass in here.
I mean, I'm technically trying to read a book, but a textbook.
It's going to end up becoming something like Makani's stream that I was in recently. Or Trooper has answered yet. Nope, not yet.
I mean, some of the stuff I already know.
Nope, that won't work. All right, sent to Troy.
I really
Eh,
don't like the new designs of like the desktops. I like the old one where it was just like the screen was separated from the, you know, from the
yeah,
frame. Oh
that
shit.
can
We're
happen.
gonna cover mobile devices. That means I might be able to fix it. My phone.
I forgot to add shadow to the seat. I'm self-critiquing right now.
Ooh, medical devices. Gaming consoles. I mean, that's to be expected. Sorry, I'm just like flipping through this. Look at this.
And Troy's answer. I didn't think he was going to answer that soon.
Ooh, that means we're covering. If we're covering OS, that means we're gonna be covering Linux. which is nice because I have no idea what Linux is about. Like besides the fact that it was like the thing that Android was like based on. I did this already. Like,
Sorry for the dead air, everybody.
this is probably like the most boring stream ever. Oh, hey, Grumpy Ninja.
Oh, that was he was coming in. He already let me know. What's up, Grumpy? He says hashtag Malk and eat 90 raid. Yes, yes, dude. He inspired me to start doing some merchandise of my art too. And he has a message for you. He says, the next you say, Eloise, something I'd like to learn myself. You're good. What to me about the dead air?
I'm
And
just
since
like,
you
I'm screaming through my textbook. I'm
and since
skimming,
you're here,
I'm
yeah.
skimming through my textbook, but I'm probably gonna go back and read it afterwards.
hmm Let me show you what I was working on during the mocking stream. Grumpy. Those are the Klingons I was working on.
Older Windows versions. Yo, 7. Nobody talks about Vista. Vista was like the intermediary between XP and like Windows 7.
hmm
There you go. Linux and Chrome, Android. Shit.
Chat.
Sorry, just like I'm just upset that I missed a class and I'm like still dwelling on that. It's gonna impact my grade. And you know what? During high school, like I was like the laid back student that was like slacking off and everything.
You and me
But like
both.
but like I said, it's my money going into this and I just want to make sure I pass. Get a good enough grade so that I can find a good job.
Yep. He appreciates it so.
Was it? Like I just remember that I had a Walmart computer for like Vista. Like that was the first computer I ever bought and I still have it with me. Um like I know that it had so many errors like when you
Grumpy is keeping us company. I
yep.
was, I was thinking of doing during the stream. I was thinking about getting the crew together so we can do a Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust rewatch. I got the site for us to watch it for free too, if 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 it's on there.
But yeah, like I was saying about yeah, I mean, Where did you get your Vista PC from? Because I got mine's from Walmart. The first computer I ever bought. Sorry, Wolf.
I mean, you can talk to him. Nobody said you could interact with the audience.
No, it's because I interrupted you. You were saying something about a rewatch.
Yeah, I was
Vampire
saying
Day.
about doing yeah, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Like I said, I have the site that you can watch anime for free.
Damn.
No ads
Yo,
either.
this is like all the basics of Windows turned into like a textbook or something.
Good luck being a what you're going in for, engineering, techni
IT,
uh,
technical
IT,
support, like
tech support,
Best
fixing.
Buy Geek Squad.
hmm You ever heard of Tech T? Wait, I'm asking the wrong person again. You didn't watch that much TV, did you?
Nope. I couldn't afford cable growing up.
So you wouldn't know Tech TV.
Nope.
Tech TV was a network on cable. I'm gonna explain it to you anyways. It was a network on cable that was like
What
a sub
what year was it? Like when it was airing?
2000.
Yeah, I was a kid back then. Like,
I was a kid then too, and I still watched Tech TV.
but
But
like
then
in the
again,
two
I
in
had
the two
cable.
like how old were you when like 9/11 happened?
Tech TV was before 9/11.
Then it was like the 90s. I was born in 98.
Oh, unlucky you.
I mean, I liked the 2000s. It was a good time to be alive, I guess.
2000s was just like at this point we achieved what we wanted in life, or at least we were at a precipice where everybody can go their own way and do whatever they want at this point. There was really not much conflict until 9/11 happened. And even then we were still going about our day somewhat. It's like we had we had political correctness here and there, but it wasn't really as bad as it is now. It's like we settled
It
in
was
on
2008 was like the turning point,
hmm
and then 2016 just like blew the lid off everything.
yep. Yeah, it's like but
Bro,
then again that's just
I'm
me
gonna
just
have to I need to look up the decimal system, like decimal notation.
oh goodness. Math.
Oh, math, my good old friend. I really hate you.
Hello math, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again because a problem has been creeping in. Yep, I remember Jeep 4 and Tech TV, Grumpy. Tech G4 TV was basically the gaming network. Basically, it talked about games of all kinds. They had so many shows that really, if you really look at each shows, they were a complete background, not background, but like breaking down of video games. Like that to me was like the network that could have really allayed all the fears of video games, you know. But they screwed it up over time, over the years. They screwed it up because it was ran by producers that had no idea of how video games work per se. And that's enough of Eloise showing a bit of herself through her camera.
It wasn't me that was the star of the show. It was the textbook.
Exactly.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
like looking back at G4 TV, like that was like the way
What
to
channel
go
though?
when it comes. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to tell you the channel because the channels would change every single time. Every single time, G4 would be moved to a different channel sometimes. And then there was also the merger between Tech TV and G4, which really screwed everything up. And over time, it's like G4 went the
Oh
way of
shit!
Spike.
I hit my head on the wall,
Nice.
the back of my head.
So if you want more information, look at Cecil Trachtenberg's The Fall of G4 for more details to that. But I'll tell you the heyday of G4 since now I put myself on the in a mood. I'll talk about G4 or my experience with G4, but I want to take into Grumpy's comments real estate. He says PC nonsense was defeated by mockery back then. We then told them it's not canon. They replied with Kelly Sue DeConnick and Gail Simone, and we need CERN to get us out of this, the darkest timeline.
What's
That
the
says your friend.
ERN? Oh my god, my
Yeah,
foot
explain.
fell asleep.
Wow.
Sorry. I can't
And why
move right
you
now.
like,
What happened?
so, I was like, why bring you on here if you're gonna fall asleep? Thought you wanted to
No,
do this stream.
my foot fell asleep.
Oh,
I can't move right now.
see it, Crispy.
Wait, so
Large,
explain what we. Well, sorry.
tight, right after Jump City, large hadron collider. That's probably what he says. But yeah, what I mean by the breaking down of the video games, like what I mean by that is when it comes down to understanding video games here and there, you had cheat that showed you strategies on how to fight a certain boss or be a certain level or a certain video game in such a way. Then you had Portal that goes into details about or at least Portal was a show about MMOs. Like they take MMO characters from say EverQuest and all that stuff, and they turn them into full feature length movies, trailers, whatever, what have you. You had Pulse, which was kind of like a video game news show. Same thing with Blister. Arena was kind of like your garden variety tournament shooters or basically just online competition, online multiplayer competition. Like they used Mech Warrior, um, Unreal. Unreal was a popular game to play on during and I forgot the name of the show I'm talking about. Arena. Like that was a popular game to play. Unreal Tournament, Mech Warrior. They when the team I think either when they go into showdown when both sides have equal amount of points, like one team one segment, the other team want another segment. Um, they'll go into well, actually, it was called not showdown, sudden death, where one of their teammates, one of each teammates would play a fighting game, or at least I think in the final match of the series, they would go into a fighting game, and usually that was played by um, SNK versus Capcom Mark of the Millennium, or at least SNK versus Capcom 3, as it was called, I think. I think that's what what was going.
And this
What?
is all before my time.
Yep, and that's my wife's phone. But yeah, like they would go. It was mostly played by that game. That fight usually played by mostly that game. They never. I think what I think where they should have went with Arena was they needed to get more games in. Like I think they did try to do Halo when Halo was out, the first Halo game in the multiplayer. Um, I think they had a lot of other stuff. Like I think they had Battlefield 2 or yeah, SNK versus Capcom Millennium Fight. They were always yeah, in that final segment, I think really was they determined that victory through that game, through a fighting game. And I kind of wish they would have kept going with the fighting games too. Now I look back at as an adult. As a kid, that was fine. The way how they format that show, but I think they could have done way more when it came down to they could have went for tournament fighting. There was a lot like tournament fighting was all the range back in the days, where you had shooters, you had fighting games. Mostly fighting games was used as tournament fighting. But like fighting games, you had especially when there was a huge influx of fighting games, like no shortage of Guilty Gear, Soul Calibur, um, Tekken. Like when you were getting stuff like that, they could have went very far. I'm not even sure if they went that far later on in Arena because they did switch out one of the hosts, but I don't know what they were doing later on after that. Because I the reason why I dipped out on Arena because the the guy that they replaced, he was fine. But then I hear that he wasn't really that much of a gamer. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. I guess you had your reasons why you didn't want him around. I guess I hear fans weren't really all that cool with him that much, but it's whatever. Of course, later on you got there's also Diana Mazzota's filter, which again she does top 10 themed like the top 10 video games where character where uh top 10 most is he now? Because he's dead in my book. Yeah, I remember.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
That's fine because I'm mostly talking about G4
I'm probably gonna go and search it up and see if I can find episodes of it.
of what Arena.
No, G4, like what you were talking about.
G4 G4 is a network. There's shows on that network.
Ah,
I was just talking about Filter. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna share screen real quick just to show you off G4 TV.
uh, I found some pillowcases.
Yay, I guess.
It just doesn't match. Oh my god, it looks tacky.
You an introvert worrying about something that's tacky.
I mean, it's not like anybody's gonna walk in here, but like,
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying, like, you of all people worrying about something that's tacky. Just saying.
I don't know.
Okay, give me a sec. Trying to make sure.
It's just like I don't sound introverted here, but like when I'm around people, like physically, I'm just like kind of quiet, the quiet person in the group.
That is true. All right, let me see. Attack of the Show, yeah. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't they be? Why would they not be on? Well, I hope I don't end up like Ishii doing this shit.
Wait, what did she do?
Well, Ishii's remember Ishii's string got cut off because he was sharing
Oh
music
yeah,
videos.
recently. Yeah.
Because I'm about to show
Yeah.
you G4 real
And that
quick.
was a good stream too. Like, can't he get the like the footage back like when they were
He
recommending
can get it
stuff?
back, but the thing is he can only be able to get back what he was right before he got cut off. And who was that? Oh, it's Owen. Hey, Owen.
Hey, Owen.
What up, Eloise? Wolf?
Oh, they have a YouTube channel. Oh, so they're still alive. Okay.
G4
Yep.
or
G4
something
TV.
else?
No, no.
Oh,
G4 TV has its own YouTube channel. Nice slogan. We never stop playing. Okay. So here's Sissel's video about the fall of G4. This was 6 years ago. So that's right. Olivia Munn was also on there. Speaking of
oh,
which,
no wonder they fell.
well, there's a number of things of why they failed, but I'm looking specifically for certain ones. So I'll show you Cinematech, which was one of my favorites as well. Yeah.
So, Owen, what are you doing?
Well,
Oh,
just
you were
got
watching a
done.
movie, right?
Yeah, just got done watching Bourne Supremacy for the first time.
I heard that the Jason Bourne series it like went downhill. It kind of suffered similar to like you know how Dune like the original author died or something. That's what happened to the Jason Bourne series too.
No, Tom Clancy.
Oh,
That was Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy was the author of a lot of his books. He died.
wait, Tom Clancy wrote the
No,
Jason
he didn't.
Bourne.
He didn't write the Bourne books, but I'm saying he wrote his own books. Like majority of the stuff, the majority of what they
No, but I was talking about like the Jason Bourne stuff, like the
the Jason
because
Bourne stuff is,
it was originally books and then like it became film.
yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure the same thing happened.
that's what that's what Owen was saying. He was watching like the Jason Bourne films, like the Bourne Supremacy, something like that.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
And I'll be watching the third one possibly
Don't,
tomorrow.
don't, don't you dare!
I heard that's where it goes downhill. Like for the film, like film wise.
I'm not talking about the one that spun off with with you know who.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that as a true sequel, just its own story. But the last one, don't watch that one. That one was terrible.
Ultimatum?
Oh wait, shit. Talking about the fourth one.
I
No,
heard
watch the
that
Oh.
ultimatum.
No,
I heard that
Actually,
the
the
I'm watching
ultimatum
the
is
trilogy.
the first film like introduced like that whole concept of like the shaky cam and action
No,
yeah.
sequences in film.
it wasn't that shaky cam in the first one.
No,
So it had that modern editing style, but it didn't have the camera shaking was not that extreme.
not back
So
then.
Though in Supremacy, it's starting to look a little bit more extreme. So I'm a bit scared for Ultimatum because I don't like that way of shooting action
Motion
by
sickness.
shaking.
Well, the
It's
thing
just
is that there's a difference
it's a
between
crutch.
shaky cam and what's it called? There's two types of cams that shake, or at least um handheld. Sorry, there's difference between shaky cam and handheld cam, and usually it's easy to confuse the two. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is Portal. This is one of the G4 TV shows. If you're looking at it,
Oh, looks very 90s.
no shit, Owen. Kidding, kidding. I'm just giving you grief.
Oh, see.
I'm just giving you grief that you prioritize a movie over hanging with your friend.
Well, when I start a movie, I intend to finish it. Otherwise, if I don't, I'll lose interest.
You intend to finish what you started.
Yeah.
so so this is basically the premise of Portal. I'll just stop screen real
Well,
quick.
Portal's that old.
Well,
I
the
feel like
thing is, Portal was all about talking about MMOs and introduce like if you like the MMO that they were presenting, you would want to get it. Like that's where I would like to say like EverQuest was a good MMO, but I'm pretty sure that some like
isn't it dead?
it
Like
is
ever?
dead. It is completely dead.
Like
Hmm.
can you still find it online or
I'm You could, but like the server is just dead. Like
I wonder
MMOs held up by their servers.
I know, but I wonder if it's possible to like revive dead MMOs by like creating a server for it.
You can attempt to.
You know, this is why I'm going to this tech school classes and stuff like that. I just want to do stuff like that.
I think the geeky users just started streaming. I think they
Oh,
did.
yeah. Same old news, same old news. You know, so yeah, I just gotta, lost interest in what's happening newer now involving Disney or whatnot. It's like, oh,
Yo, as
same
soon
old.
as I get my internet, like actual internet here in my house, I'm just gonna be keeping up with these grades, and I'm gonna do
Then
my best.
so I'll bring up Judgment Day. Judgment Day was like the two guys talking about excuse me talking about video games, whether you should play them or at least they're basically judges. They
Wait,
rate
did I
games.
did I say stream or classes? I meant to say classes.
I guess you got streaming in your head. But yeah, Judgment Day was like that one show where you basically just got two guys, two bros just talking, and they're basically the Cisco and Ebert of video games right now at that time. So like there were times when I would watch them, that's how I would know about certain games, how good they were, how bad they were, or at least if I had that game in particular, they'll tell me how good it was, how bad it was. And I'm like, it's fine. I liked it. They even they would be very honest with their takes too. They wouldn't say this game was. It's not like your garden variety of assholes
Wait,
that say this game is trash.
who's the Blair Witch Project? Like I feel like I heard of this before, but like Blair Witch, but sorry. I'm just looking
Blair
at the
Witch
comment.
Project was that movie where everybody thought it was real, where two teens went
Oh
out.
no, that's different. That's found footage. I'm not shaky cam and found footage aren't like the same thing, even though like found
No,
footage uses shaky cam.
I was going to describe handheld camera versus shaky cam. So handheld is like you're basically filming while you're holding the camera. So expect some shakes at times. Shaky cam, on the other hand, you're just intentionally shaking the camera for no reason.
Yeah,
Like
I
if you
hate that.
like if you really Like if you look at the making of 2009 Star Trek, and you see how they started, it's like somebody is just like really just jerking the camera as they're moving, especially when they're doing the camera angles. Sometimes it's like they're really jerking the camera. Like I saw JJ just jerking the camera. I was like, oh, so that's what shaky cam does. You know, you should stop doing that. Every time I see you guys doing it, it makes me think you're intentionally breaking your own equipment.
Mm. I
Whereas
just
handheld, it's
don't
mostly you're running with the camera, but you know you're doing it like you're doing a guerrilla recording, like you're a military reporter and you're just recording
like
the war as it's happening.
like the opening to Saving Private Ryan. Is
Pretty
that
much
like handheld?
that's basically how most war films are filmed on handheld.
Yeah.
That's how they did with in particular, that's how they did the opening of Terminator Salvation. Actually, that was completely
Hmm.
handheld, especially when they were doing in fact, they were also doing that as a long take. If you notice that,
I'll have to rewatch that. It's been a
yeah,
while.
they did all they kind of did a long take of that whole resistance fighting the machine scene in that opener where John Connor goes through that silo. It's like just one take,
That must have been
especially
Yeah.
difficult to
when he
do.
leaves the especially when he leaves the machine base. He actually I'll show you. In fact,
You know,
since I'm on.
there's so much old stuff that I need to check out, like film wise and stuff like that, because it kind of reminds me of what Ishu was saying about like there not being a cultural reference point between like the generations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me clear the ad real quick.
I feel like Salvation should have been where they. Let me try to rephrase this. Terminator Salvation is what they should have done for like a new take on the franchise, which is just have it take place in the during
Basically,
the
a
war.
continuation of the
Do you,
franchise.
do you guys think
Yeah,
Terminator is dead?
of
It's
course
completely dead.
it's completely dead. No one wants to watch a new Terminator anymore. In fact, more people watch the older ones more now.
hmm So I'm gonna show you Salvation's
I
opening
o-
scene.
I own one of the books for like Terminator, but I can't remember which one it was. It like had to do with like a female Terminator, like
You know
back in
they did that with Terminator 3.
Hmm. But
The TX as it's
looking
called.
back,
yeah,
it
that's what
probably
the
wasn't
book was
as
about.
bad compared to the newer ones.
Oh, you read the book, the novelization?
I own the novelization. I'm
Oh,
trying to
lucky
like
you.
yeah, I found it in like a used bookstore, but I
Pay
stopped
attention, Owen.
reading it. I stopped reading it
Oh
at
yeah,
a certain point. I need to get back and I need to finish reading the book.
this looks more like an
It's sitting.
Afghan war than Terminator.
I'm
Probably
saying
Is
pay
that
just
attention because
is that a video game?
no,
no,
they
no, no.
didn't
This
do a
is a
video game out
movie.
of this movie though.
It looks like a video game.
Wow.
Ooh,
It looks like call it a cutscene in a video game.
Sorry, it's not it wasn't this scene, but like when he left when he left the 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 facility, it was done in one take at least.
yeah, that's cool. I,
Somewhat.
I do like
I could be misremembering.
I do like the look of this film though.
Yeah, this was done by fans who loved. This was done by fans, made for the fans. A lot of people just didn't like this movie that much.
Hmm. I the PG-13 rating might have not been a wise choice. Given what Terminator is supposed to be about.
I don't remember this. I don't remember them shooting up a
Oh, that's Terminator 3?
No, no,
Four.
that
4?
is it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't Dark Fate 4 or is that 5?
Five.
Uh,
I thought. No, wait, no. I thought Genesis was 5 and Dark Fate was 6.
I don't care at this point because Dark
That's
Fate.
yeah.
The thing is, Dark Fate was meant to erase all those movies.
Oh,
That was their
interesting.
plan. Their plan was to erase at least like 3 to 4. That was
But
supposed to
why
be
didn't
Dark Fate was meant to be the Terminator 3.
they failed at that?
Well, they failed because the idea that they pushed, which was kill John Connor and replace him with Daniela.
but that would kill the future.
It would,
Mm, they
and yet
didn't think
somehow the
desperate.
future stabilizes, and we got this new Mexican resistance leader now.
Why
The
didn't
You
they
know,
just
start
reboot
of
the
replacing
franchise?
dudes with a woman.
they could have made that work if they just like said that it was focused on a different region of the future, like, you know.
Hmm.
Well, that you have to assume that the producers were, intelligent, but well,
It just astounds me how retarded like oh shit, I said the R word.
no, you're
No,
fine on the
no,
stream.
no.
I just don't want to get you like, kicked out of YouTube, Wolf. So
Why? Why would you worry about that? That's my fault. That's on me. My the company I keep has no look. Here's the thing: the company I keep is not a reflection of me, nor is I am a reflection of the company I keep. We are our own person. We are responsible for our own selves, and there are times we are responsible for each other, mind you.
Mm,
But the thing, but above all else is that it's like if you say something, it's like obviously I'm allowing it to happen. So obviously I'm not. If I'm not put it like this, if I'm not bothered by that shit, then you shouldn't be either. And if you two have an issue with it, that's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
yeah, YouTube
No, I
always
was
has an
just
issue
saying
with stuff.
that I just, it just astounds me how like stupid people are,
Yeah,
because especially like people in like high positions of power, and I'm just like, on the one hand, I'm glad you're incompetent because, if you were competent, all the like evil stuff that they're doing,
Will
like
make
it
them look
would,
sane.
no, it would make them like all the stuff that, they have planned and everything it would succeed if they were competent.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It kind of brings me back to that argument I had with like Trooper, where I was like I can't remember which stream,
Mm. It
where I
was
was saying,
mostly a Sunday stream.
yeah, where I was saying I'm glad the leaders are incompetent because that way they can't really control anything. But he was going on about a strong leader and this and that.
Well, yeah, what where he's going with that is the fact that we still need competent. That's what we've been hoping for, a competent leader,
Yeah.
not a competent leader that's out for themselves, per se. We need right now we have ineffectual, weak-willed leaders, and pretty soon, if they have to go through a dilemma with the UN, they're gonna let every other nation steamroll us.
Yeah, that's
That's why I
true.
made that's why I made that that's why I made that statement about our Olympic athletes. The way how that one athlete showed weakness in our nation in front of everybody in the world by turning her back on the flag and stuff like that. I'm like, you're basically working out for yourself. You're not really showing America's strength. If you didn't want to show if you want to partake in America's strength, you shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
Mm,
You shouldn't be if you wanted your activism, go do your activism. Don't perform a sport that's really a sport that's showing the might of each nation. Like that's a measure of strength of how we show our measure of strength through the
Yeah,
Olympics. Really
yeah.
now,
I
if the
saw
Olympics
some. Oh, I was just gonna say I saw some libertarians arguing about that, like the Olympics, and they were like, "Well, what's wrong with her not supporting a nation state?" And then someone else pointed out the obvious that the entire point of the event is like nation states like showing off and stuff like that. So, if you sign up for that, then you have to like you're representing the nation state. So,
Mhm.
like
Uh,
if you didn't want to represent the nation state and stuff like that, then you shouldn't be involved with the event at all. So yeah, I agree with you. Like,
what you got to say about that, Owen?
I, I really don't have a whole lot to say. You two kind of just.
isn't the Olympics over or is it still going on?
I have no idea. I haven't kept up with the Olympics. I mean, I
Me
don't quite
either.
care for what's going on in trendy pop culture media anymore.
Same. I just, you know, it's because like some people I used to like I follow on Twitter, like they were
I
constantly
think
talking about
people have
it.
forgotten what. I think people are trying to intentionally stray people from information that really tells what everything is really about
Yep.
in that regard. Like I don't. I part of me wants to believe that somebody led her astray about what the Olympics is really about. It's not really about for yourself. It's about your nation.
Yep.
Like I said, they could have told her like if you're going to do your That's another thing why we need competent leaders
It's
competent leaders
basically
that
to put
knows.
it in a way that people from my generation will understand. It's basically the Triwizard Tournament of the world.
Yep.
Like, what's it? I forgot what
Pretty much.
Hermione said in inter-school relation something something. Damn, it's been a while since I watched the film.
I'm actually listening to that book
Okay,
right now. Man, the movies
Yeah,
took a little too may have taken a little too many liberties from the books
yeah.
because there's a lot of moments in there I wish they would have kept in the movie, like the bit with the house elves would have been interesting to watch,
Oh wait, I
and
remember what
I don't
Hermione
know
said. The inter-school relationship, like something like that.
yeah, like yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, the Triwizard Tournament is basically the Olympics for like the wizarding world and all that,
It's not really the
and
Olympics. It's more like inter-house competition. No,
and
I
yeah,
can't.
inter-school competition. Yeah,
I can't remember.
but it still
basically
has like
just
the same
again.
My
principle.
mom just poked her head in to like shame me. Like, like all she needed was like that bell from like the Game of Thrones thing.
Boom,
Shame,
boom.
shame.
Shame you
Oof.
for what though?
Talking nonsense on the internet.
Was she smiling when she did it?
Nope, she was disappointed in me.
Whoops.
Disappointed in my life choices.
Well, you're supposed to be doing your homework.
Yeah, but how am I supposed to do that if I can't even download the freaking PowerPoint? I mean, I don't even know what the homework is. I'm
Is the
actually just
school
trying
even
to.
open on Labor Day tomorrow?
No, but
Exactly.
I have to
At
go to
least,
work tomorrow.
at least
I
you got an
only
out though.
yeah, but I feel disappointed in myself too.
Yeah, I don't.
You just learn from your mistakes. That's how we move on.
You always got a speed bump along the way. It's not
Mhm.
how. It's
Everyone.
not. It's not how much or how hard you get hit. It's how you can take a hit and get back up. Paraphrasing that line.
Yep, from Rocky Balboa.
Mm.
I need to get that one
You
on
know what?
DVD.
Speaking of franchises, you want to know my two franchises that never got destroyed at all
What?
with each entry.
What?
Beverly Hills Cop
Hmm.
and Back to the Future.
Aren't they
Oh,
trying to like make an anime about it? I heard, or a manga. I completely forgot.
If they are, I don't care.
yeah. But yeah, I know that some people don't weren't a big fan of part three, but I thought it was a good conclusion to
Which
the
one?
whole
Which part was the
Back
one
to the
where
Future.
he meets himself like in the future, or like he like pretends to be his son or something like that?
Second one.
Oh, that's part two.
Yeah, that's I've seen like parts of it on TV, like reruns of it.
So you also know that Michael Jackson is now a brand in a dining.
What?
He's a face now in dining in the future.
I don't get it.
Kind of banking on like nostalgia, which
Well, what I'm
a lot
saying
of
is,
it is relevant
there's a
now.
diner in the future. Well I'm gonna sorry,
Yeah,
Owen. What I'm gonna say was in the future that he visits Marty visits a diner, right?
Yeah.
yeah, oh
And
yeah, the '80s diner.
you know those diners that had those you know those diners that where you have people that are dressed up like these people of the past, like you got the Marilyn Monroe, the
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was
So
in
he
Pulp
visits.
Fiction.
Yeah, basically in Pulp Fiction, you got the Elvis and all that stuff. Well, there was one diner that actually had they had the same thing, the same gimmick, but they're now in TV. They're basically just got their likeness and everything in TV, and Michael Jackson
Basically,
is one of them.
VTubers.
Yep,
I
basically that's like no other way to put it.
just realized it. They predicted that.
They predicted what?
Like
VTubers.
like like virtual like celebrities is what
Oh,
is what.
YouTubers. Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Sorry, it's just like I'm folding clothes and I'm
uh,
listening to you guys, but like, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, and don't forget that like that Jaws poster or hologram poster. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Wolf? When
Oh, I'm sorry,
Marty's in the
lost my train of thought.
let's say that that Jaws like hologram poster.
Oh yeah. Shark still looks
That was
fake.
yeah, I gotta say for like the late '80s, that was impressive what they managed to do digital wise.
Yeah, hologram.
Yeah, and it's also and I find that also funny that they still doing that. That it's like an endless franchise in the future.
I'm sorry, it wasn't
Which
one of those diners where they were using it was basically the diners where he's not a programmed
Oh,
menu reader.
Grumpy Ninja says he's back, and he says Terminator ended with Arnold's thumb in the lava. All the others suck, and the only other movie that can be done is Sal
Salvation seems.
Salvation
Salvation.
with
Salvation.
which they
Which,
failed at also. Good
hey Bacon.
evening, y'all, says Bacon.
Does that mean
Says,
Ishii stream is over?
I think Salvation would have worked better as a trilogy.
Well, they had. Here's the thing about Terminator. They survived with the series, and they could they could have continued with the Sarah Connor Chronicles. That's all the legacy they needed was Sarah Connor Chronicles. They didn't really need anything else other than Sarah Connor Chronicles, and I really was like really dreading as the Chronicles was going because they were going to tie that into Rise of the Machines as well. I was like, oh no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't tie it to Rise of the Machines because in Rise of the Machines, Sarah does die off screen because due to leukemia. And in one of the episodes, she goes willingly into some type of area to save the day that particular episode, but it was nuclear, which is how she caught leukemia. That was going to be the explanation as to how she caught leukemia.
Oh. Hmm.
But
But I was like, oh
I
no,
mean
please don't try to
that
tie it to the rise of machines.
I'm
I
just gonna
remember
say like, wouldn't if she was exposed to like nuclear stuff, wouldn't it just be like worse than leukemia?
Moderately, she was exposed. It just slowly developed. It's like even if you were, it depends on the exposure that you're in because I think the area that she was in was also lead lined, and that's usually what you use to protect yourself from nuclear. I think.
Uh,
Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
no, I don't really know much like about nuclear energy, like besides the fact that horrific stuff happened in
And even,
Hiroshima
and
and
even if you
Nagasaki.
do wear a radioactive suit,
but it,
does not guarantee your protection. It's like it gives you some moderate protection. Like even if you're like exposed, you're still gonna die slowly, like due to long exposures. So like take example Godzilla 2014. Like yes, they have protective suits, but like in that nuclear cloud, you're dead. You die.
yeah, that much nuclear radiation doesn't matter if you're in a hazmat suit or not. That'll kill you.
Yeah, suit is just gonna have you die slowly,
But
or at least
oh,
You
but
know,
ironically
this
enough,
whole nuclear talk just made me think of like the mountain people from like the hundreds that were like stuck in like the nuclear bunkers and then they couldn't like go outside of the go outside compared to like the people who didn't make it to the nuclear bunkers and who survived like straight, adaptation to like the atmosphere.
couldn't stand the 100.
I mean, I thought like some of the concepts were neat, but like the execution.
I just get tired of people fighting each other for no reason. Like they have no reason other than self. Usually it's predicated by self, but I'm like in this type of situation, you shouldn't be acting like this.
I mean, I kind of understood like the mountain people's like motivation. They were trapped in the bunkers. That's why they were kidnapping like everybody else and the sky people too, because like they needed blood transfusions and stuff like that, and they were trying to like figure out how to get their DNA and stuff like that to like alter themselves to like be able to survive like everybody else was in the atmosphere.
Right? But then it's like they were trying to do that whole tribe versus tribe or caste system stuff like that. It's like I'm getting sick and tired of this Lord of the Flies BS.
the networks think that would
I mean,
be
how
more
many
interesting,
years
more
like
drama.
in this yeah, in the series, how many years had it been to like since it was 100 years, right? 100 years since like the bombs fell or something like that.
Never seen the show.
I'm trying to
I didn't see the
remember.
show as entirety. I was caught in the middle of it when the wife was watching.
I think
She gave up on
um
it too because she got bored.
yeah, it does get boring like especially when they um I don't know how to
Especially when they
explain
try
it.
to build up a certain character. I'm like, bruh,
Octavia, was it
he looks like a
Octavia?
freaking twig. And
Uh
you're trying to tell me he's a freaking
oh,
threat.
Bellamy Blake. I'm trying to remember who.
Was this made by CW?
Yep.
Well, there you go.
I mean, but it was one of their better shows, but like I
Oh,
mean, it fell apart like near the final, like when they extended it, they should have stopped at a certain point.
You know these people. They sell drama, and no shortage of it is ever expended.
but it's like
We're talking about the
junk food
100,
drama, isn't it?
Victoria. I take it Ishi stream is over then because they do go for an hour and they're done. And we have been going for an hour so far.
Yeah,
Doesn't the
so
CW produce mostly
um,
just like junk food kind of drama, not like real drama?
soap opera but for teenagers, essentially, like
Yeah,
the Gossip Girl model.
I've been
yeah.
calling it a soap opera drama. That's basically what it is. Like some people learn a lesson and they forget about it the next couple episodes, and you basically making these characters a bunch of hypocrites here and there. That's why I couldn't stand the Flash series no more,
Mm.
because every time Iris opens up her big fucking mouth, I'm like, shut your hypocritical ass up. Every single time we get another lesson of her realizing how much of a hypocrite she is. I'm really getting sick of you trying to chastise Barry here. You are not special. I'm sorry. You got your fair share of skeletons too.
Mm. I don't think I ever was ever that interested in the CWDC show. Like I watched a little bit of Arrow on Netflix, but that was about it, and I kind of just lost interest. Especially when I saw like the clips of how they did the fight scenes, and I'm like,
See, I've only seen
man,
bits
Power
and
Rangers did
pieces
it
of the
so much
100.
better.
Sorry. Sorry,
Uh,
Owen. Didn't mean to interrupt. I was just reading like Victoria's comment. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and then I looked up the lore and thought it was interesting, but it apparently has like books and stuff like that, but like the books deviate heavily from like where the show went, and I'm just like kind of curious, like
A lot of
to
the CW's shows are based off books.
yeah.
couldn't
I
even make
noticed that
their own.
like for example, Gossip Girl was like a books originally,
Hmm.
and so was like what's it called um. There's Vampire Diaries, then there's also
Book,
Pretty Little Liars, whatever.
book.
Yep, books. They're all books. But I wonder if like one of the shows that was Reaper, I think it was called Reaper. The one where I think Ishii and whatchamacallit mentioned it. Like I think that was one of the last good CW shows.
Hmm. The the point is that they don't do no shows that are not based off a book.
Yeah, but like was
Or
Reaper based off a book though? Like
I'm
cuz I
pretty sure
really
it
want
was.
I have to Google it
When in doubt, Google.
or
Yep.
web search.
And that's why those DC shows were there too, because comic books. But unfortunately, CW doesn't seem to care about source material.
And that's why they fail every time.
Well,
Yeah,
they
and
ca-
also
they only bring it up when it's convenient for them.
Yep.
not only that, they fail to do a decent action scene.
It's
Well,
I
because
mean, there might be
they're
some
cheap
highlights,
too. Like
but hey,
they're
Power
cheap.
cheap.
Rangers.
They don't want to hire like fight choreographers and stuff like that to like
Yeah,
make the scenes interesting.
and the thing is, like Power Rangers are so much better.
Evening.
Oh, what up?
Hello.
Final Fantasy is in the house. He wanted to join us today, and it's a nothing cast like Ishii, so the more the merrier.
Yep. Well, I'm currently still running on my story as this is going on, so I guess we could proceed.
And Eloise is supposed to be doing homework.
Supposed to, but like I'm doing laundry right now.
Well, that's something.
Uh,
And I'm eating, so I'll be muting on and off here and there.
Grumpy,
So
Grumpy, do you know the source material? Did it have source material? I need to know. But if I open another tab, I'm gonna get like ejected from the stream because like I don't know if StreamYard does that. Does StreamYard even have like an app or something?
I think it's supposed to.
I really want to get the app, but like
And out being Reaper TV series.
I'll be so disappointed if it's like show only, or surprised. I guess it's like a toss up.
Let's see. So here's a synopsis. Reaper is an American comedy series that focuses on Sam Oliver, a Reaper who works for the devil by retrieving souls that have escaped from hell. The series originally ran on CW from September 25th 2007 to May 26, 2009, produced by ABC Studios and the Mark Goring Company. Aired. Okay, premise.
I
I
thought it
got
was interesting. I remember seeing it as a kid, even though I probably wasn't supposed to be watching that.
you. You know what? This might be their only show that was actually, I wouldn't say original, but like at least it was not from an adaptation. Or at least it's like the only show that wasn't really an adaptation of a book or a comic book.
Yeah, there you go.
But unfortunately, this was done in 2007. So that kind of narrows it down there. If it
Narrows what
Oh,
down? I
and
I think that was like during the Smallville era of like CW, back when
let's just
Smallville
call it
was
for what
airing.
let's just call it for what it was back then. It was the WB Warner Brothers network before it
ah,
became CW. A lot of people forget about that. Like it wasn't the CW originally. It was Warner Brothers
hmm.
Yeah.
or the WB. As if you're into if you're in my neck of the woods, that's or at least that
I
was the
tried
slang term.
watching like the recent shows that came out, like
Sorry
Stumptown and
about
stuff
that.
like that.
My
But
Wi-Fi is
I
already
think that
turned
was
off.
Fox, though.
Hang on, final.
Sorry.
No,
Continue, Eloise.
no, I was saying I tried watching some new shows that came out recently, like Stumptown and whatchamacallit. I think Stumptown was based on a comic, like, but that was on Fox, not CW. So there was also this one about like a girl being like a cyborg or something. So yeah, I tried watching those shows, but like I don't know. It's supposed to be primetime television. I don't know. Like it
Hmm.
was
Yep.
forgettable, but essentially forgettable.
I'm trying my best not to eat in your guys' ear, so I'm muting myself.
So what were you saying, Final Fantasy?
Yeah, sorry that I went out for a minute because I'm currently at my house. Like I'm gonna be back to college by tomorrow because I'm on Labor Day weekend. And so I'm currently at my house and the Wi-Fi, despite how strong it is, despite that that my phone is already close to wherever the Wi-Fi box is, because my room is already upstairs to where their living room is. So yeah.
uh,
It's fine.
yeah,
I mean, I'm on like a 5G network, but it's not good for downloading stuff.
Mm.
yeah. But my Wi-Fi is a bit buggy sometimes too. Like the weirdest thing right now with my Wi-Fi is that every time I like leave my phone off for a little bit, I go to turn it back on, the Wi-Fi disconnects, and then I have to reconnect it again.
See, that's what's sorry, the bacon, that's what sucks about this, like using it on mobile. Like a lot of good stuff that are browser only, like I wish they had mobile applications like Indiegogo and StreamYard and stuff like that.
Hmm. Ooh,
Yeah, Grumpy, I'm kind of sad too because it was an interesting, synopsis.
I'm trying
Sorry,
to
I was
think.
talking about Reaper.
Ah, yeah. Never heard of it.
Uh, the good old names. UPN, WB, Fox 11. Fox 11 still keeps its stuff. UPN, I don't know what they call themselves now. I think they rebrand themselves, but as far as like KCal and Fox, Those are the two that rebrand themselves. 13. On my in my area, um, UPN was on channel 13 for me. Fox was on 11. That's why it's called. That's why I said Fox 11. Um, channel 5 was WB, and 9 was KCal, which why I said KCal 9 because it was on channel 9. I can't think of anything else that where the networks was called around the time. Oh, right, ABC, which was channel 7. Uh, CBS was on channel 2 on my end. I don't know if I don't know how they're arranged on your guys' end. Probably the same. But then again, I'm talking to people who weren't raised in my time of growing up.
I was a kid in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There,
same. And my parents couldn't quite afford cable at the time, so
well, you didn't need cable to watch WB. You just needed an antenna.
uh, I don't
That
remember
was that was
watching that much.
put it like
I
this.
wish
That was
I wish I had
network
cable like
channel.
I wish I had cable back when Naruto was airing on Cartoon Network.
Same.
We had like this we had like
Uh,
this black box that we would like get like steal cable from people.
oh, yeah, I don't know if you want to admit that on live.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what it was at the time. I was like a kid, and I don't think my parents even knew that. They just got it from like someone, and they thought,
Look
"Oh,
here. You guys are wrong with the Wolf 10. I admit to a lot of shit on this stream that you would question whether I should be embedded into that. So at this point, I mean, you would like to think of the consequences, but like shit like that is just trivial compared to what we're dealing with now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
put it like this: if you feel the need to,
yo, someone's punching the wall somewhere else." Like, or is that like music? I think I'm hoping it's music and not someone repeatedly punching the wall.
that's my wife washing dishes.
No, 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 no. Where I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
it's
what I'm saying,
music.
no, what I'm saying is that if you didn't want to speak out on it, if there's any certain doubt that you have in your mind, don't say it. You know what I'm saying? You guys got the self awareness. Put it like that. You guys got the self awareness to
And
know
yet,
that.
that's even the problem today. No one likes to consider the consequences. Because apparently, as if like everyone in the world is an alpha male, or at least something somewhere in the alpha. Yeah, they think they're somewhere around alpha.
Long live the absolution and Tom.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
With
I
the
technically watched Naruto when it was airing on Cartoon Network. I just wish I had like better reception when I was watching it. Like
the
that's what
only
I grew
time
up on. Like the era of the big three. That's what was my foundation on anime.
What, the big three of Shonen Jump?
Yep, the big three era. That's the era that I grew up in.
Oh,
the only time I ever got to watch Cartoon Network or anything like that was when I was at someone else's house or when my whole family visited my grandma.
I really
Otherwise,
hated the new aesthetic that Cartoon Network adopted with that
what
mannequin
the end?
thing. The
They're called noobs.
what?
Yeah, they're called noobs.
That's what the blank mannequins that were like a motif of like Cartoon Network like going into the 2010s
Yeah,
or
those
something.
freaking walking volleyball pins. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were
but
talking about
but
like the animation of their new shows. Like
no,
a lot of
no. The format of in between shows where they advertise. they were called those things that you were watching. Eloise was called noobs, or at least they were or nudes with a NOOD at the end.
Send a link so I can you know verify.
I
I guess
I will show you. Give me a sec.
that was also when like Cartoon Network was going into the live action stuff
Which I
too.
didn't mind.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I didn't mind it either, but like it didn't really
there's some
catch on with
cool,
anybody who was watching Cartoon Network at the time.
there
I
was some
really
alright
liked
stuff, but
I really liked Destroy Build Destroy.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they
oh,
remember that
actually
show. I just remember seeing the previews for that.
I like the ones that had a plot, like Tower Prep, Unnatural History. I rather they would stuck to those shows and regular crew.
Right, Grumpy? That's what I was.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm replying to Grumpy. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I even messaged them on Twitter, like, "Yo, where's your app?" But nope, no response.
There you go, Eloise, in the private chat. Those are the nudes.
Oh, what happened to whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, his Wi-Fi.
No, I just tried going back, but then I accidentally exited the stream as I looked at the link. So
That's literally what they call nudes.
oh, those like bowling pin like figures I saw on
Yes,
that on
that's
that
okay.
page.
The walking bowling ball pins. That's what they were really called. Like I'm pretty sure you guys didn't know what they were really called, but that's what they called them, nudes.
I
Thank you,
don't know
Saber
if I
Spark, for
remember
that one.
seeing it.
Did they make them into toys to try and sell?
No, I
Well,
don't
that's
think
kind of a
so.
wasted opportunity to do that.
I
Yeah,
mean, well. Here's the
like
thing. I'm showing you this, but I don't even know if those things actually were meant to be toys. The clip, the picture I shared in the
no,
private
because
chat.
it seems like this was like to me it appears like a precursor to whatchamacallit. What's the thing that everybody is crazy about now? The
Funko Pop?
yeah, Funko Pops.
Yeah.
It feels like a precursor to like the Funko Pops. Like that could have been the Funko Pops of that time. Like if they were
hmm
selling them as toys and stuff like that.
Uh,
I don't get why everyone just always fangasms over Funko Pop.
I mean, some Funko
Collector-itis. Collector-itis.
Oh right.
we lost Eloise.
She'll be
Oh,
back.
Alright.
Just like how
Yeah,
we collect stamps or in my day pogs. If you guys don't know what pogs is, it's these little coin shaped things that you slam metal coins onto them.
oh,
I'm not sure if I should be familiar with that.
I don't, I may have heard the term
I
Pogs
mean,
before, but,
I know some of the Bakugan stuff.
I was
alright.
gonna say some Funko Pops I understand, like the Funko Pop for like whatchamacallit, what's his name again? Oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting. Um the guy on the motorcycle, the one with the flaming head. I
Ghost
can't believe
Rider?
I'm for yeah, Ghost Rider. Like I've seen like Funko Pops of Ghost Rider like on a motorcycle, and I mean that was
Huh,
pretty neat because it was like on a
cool.
motorcycle.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
even been selling a lot of Funko Pops just basically as a stands from like specific shots. Like there's one for Ghostbusters, like the infamous dining hall in the Cedric Hotel in the first movie where they catch Slimer in the trap.
yeah.
I mean, like those Funko Pops, I understand, but like the ones where it's just like the Funko Pop alone and stuff like that, like I don't. It's not really that interesting.
But
But I
it's,
mean, like,
Here's pogs right here in the private chat.
but there's also Funko Pops, like for example, the Nine-Tailed Beast from Naruto, like the chibi
Mm.
forms. That makes
Kuranai.
sense. But like after that, like everything else, like not really.
so like a Funko Pop wouldn't be as interesting without the whole set. Just gonna.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
While the others
It,
is just sort of
and
like
if
chibi
and if
cosplay.
it's and if it is alone, it has to be something that's, like I was saying, like for example, the Naruto ones, the ones of the tail beast, that makes sense. For Harry Potter, the ones of like the magical creatures and stuff like that makes sense. But like the human characters, not really. Not unless it's like, well made stuff like the Ghost Rider Funko Pop with an actual motorcycle and everything else. Like it has to be like an assemble. Like otherwise it's just like I don't really see the appeal. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see a
Yeah, because
lot
Yeah.
their
of it
heads, they
on
look
those
like
like
marshmallows just with a wig on.
yeah,
Yeah, they look
all
like
those
they have like marshmallows for heads and like two beady eyes that look like licorice and the nose, and they just have no
You
mouth.
seem to be getting more dynamic with them instead of just them just standing there.
oh that's good to hear.
Like you could be like if there
I mean,
was
the
oh
way I think of it, like the ones that are dynamic and have stuff, you could like consider it like decoration Legos, like
Yeah, I can
something
see
Well,
like
that.
that.
if they're dynamic, there are reason to why you want to connect them because they're very dynamic in their pose instead of just that static standing pose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I will say every time I think of Funko
Like a
Pops, I think of all
chibi.
those
I think Funko
very
Pops are gonna go out like the Beanie Babies of the '90s.
Oh God. And sock 'em boppers.
Yeah.
well I was
Sock 'em
gonna say
boppers. Sock 'em boppers.
So
what
you
I was
guys were
going
talking about Bakugan.
oh
I was talking
that
about
actually
Pogs earlier.
yeah
what
because
are
like those
Pogs?
I just
they're
shared it in the private chat. Look it up.
yeah
Oh,
they're
you
almost
mean
like
the
these
the
like
thing from
little
Cartoon
cardboard
Network?
No, those are nudes.
Hold on.
yeah they're like aren't they as like
You
these
probably
like
showed up
little
after I
cardboard
shared it.
coins.
Yeah.
They kind of look
Continue,
like
final.
yeah they kind of look like coasters when I look at that.
Yeah. This
To
is
me,
this
the
is
Pogs, the Pogs look like Beyblades.
well, no, those are spin fighters. Before Beyblade hit the stores, like in the early 2000s. That's spin fighters. Let me
But I
reshare you
thought
Pogs.
Beyblade was early 2000s, but I thought it was more like the 90s.
Nah.
Like I know like Metal Masters was like the 2000s, like
Nah,
but
they
the
came
first
around late 90s, early 2000s
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
when Yu-Gi-Oh was still a thing. Like that's where we're starting to get a huge influx of anime.
Yeah,
Like
manga.
back
Like,
then we had back then we had Pokemon, Digimon, and Monster Rancher. Then later on we started getting to the battle monster type of anime, which is Yu-Gi-Oh,
like
Beyblade,
no, but I
Bakugan.
remember there was whatchamacallit, alongside Yu-Gi-Oh, there was also this card game where the main character was a kid with like purple shirt.
With purple shirt.
Purple shirt and like spiky black hair. I can't remember. It was
And
a
what
card
show?
game. It was a card game
Oh,
similar to
Duel
Yu-Gi.
Masters,
Yeah, Duel Masters.
which is I like to call it the anime Magic the Gathering because the cards look like Magic the Gathering.
I
Do you
never
guys
really
remember Chaotic?
Yep.
oh I actually remember seeing a little bit of that and I was like this
I'm
is actually
completely
kind of
blank on
cool.
that.
You don't know You don't remember Chaotic, or at least you never heard of Chaotic, Funnel?
Never did.
Hang on. When in doubt, Bing.
Wait, Chaotic. I mean Chaotic. Final Fantasy. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because I confused the names.
Hang
Um,
on.
What between like chaotic and the character named Chaos in Final Fantasy?
Yep.
no, like just like your names, because I was thinking. Oh my god. Like,
In the private
uh,
chat, you'll find it.
Yeah, I remember
Final
seeing little bit
Fantasy.
of
Are
it.
you? What country are you from? Like, Because you sound kind of
America.
British to me. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I was just trying to get some stuff out of the way because not a lot of stuff is acting pretty right. And anyway, so wait, you were saying like what country am I from?
Yeah, because you sound British to me. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm from America. I was raised in Indiana.
Because like the way you talk, it's similar. It's kind of like British.
Probably mixed with Irish.
Yeah, that or Canadian.
Anyway, all right. So I did see in the private chat of Chaotic, and yeah, I am still blank on that, but it looked pretty cool.
That's the era of Flash animation. Actually,
They
Really?
actually did use
that
the
was not
pitch.
2D anime.
Chaotic and whatchamacallit, Winx Club were like airing one after the other, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, Chaotic in its first season, I believe, in its complete first season, that was completely Flash animation. Whereas in the second season, you can tell that was 2D, and it
Honestly, I
wasn't
think
it wasn't too bad Flash animation either. The Flash
no,
animation was really good.
they actually knew how to use it. That's what it was.
Hmm.
They knew their limitations and they worked with it. And they also
I heard
they
the card
the
game was a
most
mess or something like that.
they
It had
played
a
the game.
There was like a law like a lawsuit dispute or something between like the original creator or something like that who was like from England or something and the Canadian company and the adaptation people who made the show adaptation versus like the story adaptation. I don't know, something like that. Like the mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard. I just like the idea of like the card players becoming the characters. It just added something to it, where it's not just them standing around with their cards out. They actually have to be like the characters. Yeah, it just added something cool to it.
Isn't
well,
like
you
Magic
like
the Gathering similar to that? Like
no,
Never played.
the not the show, like the
never heard of Magic the Gathering.
there's a Magic the Gathering show, like I remember, but like I'm not talking about the show. Like the concept of the card game, like but the lore behind the card game is that you pretend to be like the the characters or something like
Well,
that.
you have to have an understanding of how Magic is played if
I
you
don't,
want to make that
I don't,
comparison.
I have zero understanding of it. Just like bare bones, not even.
See, the
I've never
thing is,
played. I've
I
never played
compare
Magic.
I compare Magic to Duel Masters because I played Magic. Their cards look no different than the cards they use in Duel Masters. The only difference is that Magic the Gathering it predicates on the mana system or the land system. So like you have to imagine that land is the conduit for mana, and when you
I forgot
before
what the name of that was. Like, there's a actual mystical name for it.
right. But what I'm
Residual
saying,
magic? No, like, oh man,
mm,
ley lines, something like that.
either way, like I said, for you to pull any action, you have to have a certain amount of land to play before you do so. So like if you have a monster, if you want to attack, you look at the monster, or at least I think they're called spells actually. Like they look like if you look at the pictures, they look like monsters, but the cards that you play that you're technically playing are called spells.
Uh,
But like you look at its mana count, or at least its land count, and you play that you have to play it with the amount of land that you place upon the field.
uh, see, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh person. Like, none of this
Man,
really.
but the thing is, Magic is way more. I would say it's a bit more easy to learn than Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh you have to bring the sacrifices system into it.
back when I was learning how to play, I didn't know about the sacrifice system, but like once I learned about it, like I quickly grasped it. I think
Hmm.
that like the hardest part is like ritual summons, like back when OG Yu-Gi-Oh was a thing.
Hmm.
But then they introduced fusions that got easier, and then synchros, and then came the numbers, and then after that, the pendulums. I feel like it destroyed the game for me. Like
Hmm.
I still can't figure out how pendulums work. It's like difficult for me.
And I might
I
as well just give you a visual of Magic the Gathering.
I will say, as a kid way back, and I
I
was
know I
never
am
quite
familiar
interested in
with
like
Hang
Magic the
on,
the
Gathering.
Soprano.
Oh,
Go ahead,
oh
Owen.
what I was saying was way back I never really was into like the the type of shows like Yu-Gi-Oh, or like even in like into a certain
I
extent
used
like
to have a
Pokemon, where
Pokemon
Hang
card
on.
collection, and you know, my mom started getting into the whole
We keep crisscrossing,
Pokemon is
guys.
the devil or something, and so like I basically got guilt tripped into like throwing my Pokemon card collection away.
Keep crisscrossing. Let Owen talk.
Oh,
well
sorry.
that's right. What I was basically saying was I never really was quite interested in stuff like with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, because to me, like, it never was really interesting when the characters themselves weren't battling; they're using other things to battle. Like, I get that it's the strategy and the characters that like drive those type of shows, but like to me, I
Here's the
I just
thing though,
I
like
like seeing
um
people getting like physical in their
uh,
battles. That's
no, for me, like I didn't get into like the Yu-Gi-Oh card game because of the show. I got into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game because my dad just like one day he brought like a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards home, and like he was like, "Here, you can have this," cuz like he didn't know what Yu-Gi-Oh was either. He just gave me the cards because it was a children's toy. So,
To
uh,
him, it was a children's toy, so might as well give it to my little girl. She might
yeah,
check
so
this out.
yeah, and then I just like opened
Cool
up the
though.
pack and like set like the playing mat down and put the cards and everything on there on the table, and I would just stare at the cards for hours cuz I really loved the art on it, and I
oh,
would just like play against myself cuz I would have two mats and like just move the cards around and stuff like that.
Yu-Gi-Oh
That's
Solitaire.
yes, essentially. So that's how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh, not because of the show. I mean, the show, finding out about the show was a nice bonus for me.
Hmm. Check out
But
the
like
I,
the
I, sh-
cards themselves were like what drew me in.
I shared
I
the
Like
can see
picture.
that.
I got into like I started collecting Pokemon cards like during my preteens, I think.
Hmm.
But like that was because of the video game. I didn't really, you
Same
know,
here.
I didn't I don't know how to explain it. The cards didn't really look that interesting to me compared to like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, I
Well,
can
you
see
just
that.
explained it.
Pokemon is a bit more simplistic compared to like Yu-Gi-Oh, where they have a bit more of that nice little detail in the art.
Yeah.
Some people also
Well,
like the simplistic design too.
I, Still, I regret throwing away the cards though
Uh,
for Pokemon. Like
why
it
didn't you
hurts
toss
my
them out?
soul because like my mom started getting into like this whole religious phase, and
oh
I
no.
essentially got guilt tripped into like throwing it out because my
Pokemon.
godmother.
Pokemon is the gateway to Satan. Now don't
Yeah,
let the now don't
that's
let this
basically.
fool you. They are teaching their kids to orchestrate cockfights, rooster where they use the powers to connect to the gateways of hell.
I think I
Yeah.
saw a clip of a sermon doing something similar like that, where they
That
said,
is the sermon.
"Oh,
I've known a few classmates in my school that basically had to deal with their grandparents saying on how Scooby Doo promotes sadism when it really doesn't.
Scooby Doo, really?
Yep, because apparently all
No,
the supernatural stuff
Oh my
apparently is
god.
sadism, despite that it's supposed to be a supernatural mystery.
it that was later though. Scooby Doo before was just unmasking a bunch of criminals trying to.
And
Uh,
it's all
what were they
these
trying to
things like
do?
growing up that essentially just kind of like, made me just drift away from religion.
Hi,
I will
I'm
say
Kara,
this:
and I love to but I hate my period.
Christian household, still am. Um, there was that time when, like, Harry Potter was like the big controversy. But here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's the thing. Here's the
I
thing. Here's the
remember
thing.
that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Both my parents were in that camp, but then my dad took a closer look at it, and so did my mom, and they realized, oh wait, this doesn't really promote, like, sorcery or whatnot. A lot of it was just, like, made up Latin
I
names,
mean,
the spells. So yeah,
and
yeah.
even J.K. Rowling was a Christian herself, like from the Anglican Church or stuff like that. So
Before she
you
went
know,
a little cuckoo.
no,
Not
the Anglican
not
Church
so
is like the
much.
Church of England. It's just the Church of England. It's like that's really all it is.
I meant, like, politically, before she went a little off the rails.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
I think
because
she
she
was
was
just
so
doing
embarrassed.
she was just doing that for like performative reasons,
Yeah,
not because she
well,
actually like bought into any of that. I mean, she did like turn against the people that, you know, the crazy people she was catering to.
yeah, that was not a
Yeah.
good move.
That phase, like she turned that around though. She didn't really.
Yeah,
I think
even
it's
some of
because
the
like
stars of
she's an.
the Harry Potter movies even turned her down because of that reason.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's J.K. Rowling. Like,
Yeah.
adults. Some of them don't understand like the current era. Which is,
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone does, because it's like
Yeah,
changing all
yeah,
the time,
very
and
much
it's like
so.
a whole
So you can't
mess.
really keep up because they're always changing something. It's
And
like that
that's why I
one
say
kid.
non-binary doesn't exist because it will never
It's
exist over
it's
time. They keep changing it.
it's like that one kid where you, like, play pretend with, and they keep making up the rules as they go on, so they don't lose.
Call it for what it is. Sandbox storytelling,
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
playground storytelling.
Yeah, where it's like,
I mean, I think I don't think sandbox stuff is that bad. Just wait, you mean like the politics stuff and not the actual storytelling?
It's basically how you would if you were a kid and a kid doesn't want to lose
yeah,
and supposed to play pretend.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's
No,
like it's like you
I was
you
thinking
you
about actual sandbox, like sandbox games and stuff like that.
no.
yeah,
Not
those are
in that
fun.
sense. No, what I'm saying is that you should know how things go when you play in the playground back in the good old days, right?
See, what I did in the playgrounds was like me and the kids would like beat each other up with like jackets and stuff.
But what I'm saying is you get those two kids that like over time when you start fighting when you do the rough housing, right? You got one kid that's crying, you got another kid that's fighting with another kid, and then that kid start crying. Like it's chaos. It boils down to chaos. But like there are times when you got somebody who lay down the rules, but then don't follow the same rules that they laid down, or then you got one person that think that they're bending the rules. That's basically how it is. It's preschool. Uh, I call it sandbox because that's the usual term what you call a playground. It's a sandbox story. Like especially if you want to play like say for instance in my case when back in the days when we were kids we would play Power Rangers.
Play
Of course you
pretend.
play pretend, yeah, basically in shortest term play pretend. But yeah, like we play pretend Power Rangers and like some people would try to fight to play Green Ranger and I was like, I'm already Red Ranger so I don't care. I mean, they're all cool. I don't know why you're trying to pick a favorite.
I mean, that's just how it is for some.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. You rough house, and then you change the rules again to make fair for everybody. But as we always say, life isn't always fair.
And when you try to make it fair for everyone, then it becomes fair for no one.
That's the world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
That's the world they're trying to shape it into a playground. That's basically what they're treating this whole thing as a playground. Now, all you take two of these and call me in the morning.
What was that? What was
What you
that?
think it was? I don't think
Huh?
I need to go into explanation what that is.
I
The
mean, I know.
mountains.
I it just went by so fast. I didn't know what.
Here,
Oh,
here, a quadruple dose right there. There you go. You're
dang!
welcome.
It's like the Hulk, but
I remember that he actually got me with that one when he sent a link to in the private chat. I'm not sure when that was, but like Schooner went to take a look at it, and I never bothered checking. So then he sent that, and I literally remembered that I was just like laughing.
I just like Schooner's
Haunted
reaction sometimes.
boobs.
Yeah, Schooner's reaction was priceless.
Oh my God, Wolf! Why would you send that?
I thought it was Trooper that reacted that way. Was it
No,
actually
Troopers.
Schooner?
Yes, it
Schooner.
was Schooner.
No, Troopers usually reacting with the occasional, again with the degeneracy.
It's like, welcome to anime. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it is interest to you, you're not the first.
Is that an actual song, or did you just make it on the go?
That is actually a song that someone actually made up because of that. And he actually made a parody song from Welcome to the Internet. I forgot who that name was. I know his name started off with a B.
Bennett
But
the Sage.
That
but
was
yeah,
perfectly timed, Wolf. You should
yeah,
clip it.
yep.
Oh, I will.
Um, and yeah, my sister absolutely loves that song of Welcome to the Internet. She absolutely loves it.
Oh yeah, those were the old days of YouTube when things were just weird for the sake of being weird.
Yep.
That's the best way I can
But not
describe
so
it.
Oh
much
yeah.
anymore because the
Sorry, just
estimated
like
levels.
seeing Taiga on screen
Uh,
just brings back memories of
yeah,
Toradora.
I, I remember not too long ago I watched the whole series on Netflix and I was like, oh, I actually really like this one. But
Yeah. I don't know who's better, Taiga or Louise from Layer of Zero. I
I
mean,
prefer Tiger.
Taiga, yeah, Taiga actually has character development, and
I
Louise just kind of feels like a reset every season.
I haven't seen Familiar Zero, so
Louise is a that's the whole premise of the title. She's a failure, but she's not really growing, and she blames all of her issues on one guy, and
Yep.
that's just not cool. That's just not cool at all.
You should read the translations of the novelizations if you think the show the show actually improved on like the novelization. The novelization was a mess.
I bet.
yeah.
And the guy who created Familiar of Zero, he died, so like he didn't even
Oh,
finish the so yeah, that's why it became even more of a mess.
that's
Let's
always
just
the
hope the final
problem.
chapter.
That was
Let's hope,
really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the final chapter of Berserk is going to be at least adequate, because that is
Oh,
happening.
I mean,
he,
I
he
heard
also
that
died before he finished Berserk.
Yep,
yeah, I heard that
Quick
Mira
question: when
left.
did Berserk even start?
90s,
Yep.
Oh, in the 90s, and it's
It
still going.
was
92, I believe.
Wow.
It only went that long because of the long hiatus that Miura would take, and
Oh.
and some people have their own reception as to how they handled the hiatus. I for one would say, look, let the man take as many hiatus as he want. You know, he looking at that storytelling and that detailed artwork, and you're
Mm.
asking him to continue his magnum opus while you're dying for more content. Yes, I mean, okay, that's fine, but
Patience is
like,
virtue.
look at this wealth of talent and progress. You're really asking. I'm just saying, you're asking a bit too much from this man. Come on, let this man have a break.
What, you expect to just like shove 3 people in a room expecting to come up with gold?
Exactly. Like if he's giving you this quality content, you as a fan should be. I would say this: be patient with that. Come
Yep.
on. At, at least he didn't do Martin, which
Oh
is
my god. Don't
2
remind me,
years
Martin.
until the next book. Whereas like
Oh.
whereas like when it came to Miura, it would be say yes a year maybe for the next look. In the case of Miura, when he comes back from a hiatus, he gives you double the content
And
before the
its
next hiatus.
quality.
That too.
Compared to
That is also
Martin, where it's just like I I think like I'm not sure if it was Storm of Swords that was like the peak, and then after that, like the quality kind of drifted away.
hmm
So, you know,
But you know
like
the fandom did quiet down over time. They did quiet down. I don't know how they were in the middle of it or in the beginning of it, but they were definitely quieted down. And even then, like since his passing, everybody felt that, and everybody grieved either outwardly, inwardly, or spiritually. They definitely grieved, and I did give my thoughts on Miura on our what was that one stream?
you
I think
know,
it was
I didn't look. I can't really
it was my
claim
birthday
to be.
stream.
I can't really claim to be like a Berserk fan because I've only like read bits and pieces of it, and I've seen clips from the anime too. But like, I think you
What, the
know
2016 anime or the OVA?
the original, the
OVA.
90s,
Okay,
the
that's the OVA.
yeah. So look, I can't claim to be a Berserk fan, but like, you have to respect the greats, and I think this guy is gonna go down in history as one of the greats
hmm
for manga, like up there with the creator of Devilman Crybaby and um you know Osamu Tezuka himself and stuff like that. So, you know,
Oh yeah, that actually reminds me. They are any of you familiar with the story and plots of Fist of the North Star?
Oh yeah, I've seen
yeah,
the movie,
I've actually watched
and
like
I have the
videos where
first
the
volume of the
creator of
manga.
Fist of the North
Hang on,
Star
guys.
sorry.
What you gonna say, Eloise? Go ahead.
No, Fist of the North Star, the creator of Fist of the North Star, he had videos of himself on YouTube like explaining like the intricacies of drawing manga and stuff like that. I
hmm
can't remember what channel he was on though.
What you gonna say, Owen?
Oh, I was gonna say yeah, I've seen like the animated movie, and I actually own the first volume of Fist of the North Star,
Yeah, because Viz
and will
Media,
be
they actually released the first volumes of Fist of the North Star. Like they said, they were actually
They finally
releasing.
they finally translated it.
Yeah, like
Oh
they've
my
been
god,
releasing it
finally.
along. Yeah, they've been releasing it alongside with the JoJoniums of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind.
Oh shit, they're finally translating that cuz like it took them forever to like get to that point where they were translating the stuff cuz I know that the JoJo manga like they stopped translating it at a certain point. I just can't remember if it was like part 3 or part 4.
Hmm.
And but now that they're starting up again, that's good news cuz the anime was outpacing the manga like
Yeah.
translation wise, so I'm guessing what they're doing is they're letting the anime run and then after that they're like releasing the manga and stuff like that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking
I
of
think
mangaka that died, there was also the mangaka that did the High School of the Dead
Oh yeah,
Oh, the
definitely like I
mangaka for High
wish
School of the Dead has also passed away.
years ago. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the reason why
Didn't
we never got
also
completion of that manga, let alone an anime completion.
didn't
Not
also
even
the
the anime
author
got
of the
completed.
Bleach manga pass away some time
No,
ago?
he's still alive.
Oh, he
He
is?
just
Oh.
he is. I think he's
he did
battling.
a one shot. A one shot. You know how Death Note did a one shot recently? Um
Oh no,
so
he finished his
Bleach
work. The
yeah,
Bleach
Bleach
got
did a
finished the
one
way
shot.
it did because here's the thing. Now I'm getting this information secondhand, mind you. This is secondhand information. But when I heard Bleach ended the way it did because there was a fan of the mangaka that was battling cancer and he was going to die soon. But at that time, the mangaka was going to quit writing Bleach at that point because Bleach was losing
Oh.
its phase. It
Oh.
was phasing out basically of the big three. But he finally completed, and a lot of people weren't really that happy about it. But really, that's the reason why it was so. It was the way it was because he
I was
because he,
confused by the
he was
ending, but
finishing
you
for a
know,
fan that was dying.
yeah. I think that was the best thing he could have done, like at least give it an ending and you know,
Hmm. Instead of stretching out as far as freaking One Piece is stretching it.
yeah.
The
No, but
Grand
like
Line
I
is,
heard Oda like planned everything, so
yeah.
like Oda is a different on a different level from like the other big three members, but yeah, you make a good point about like One Piece going on forever. But like once One Piece is gone, I don't know what Jump's gonna do.
I'm surprised One Piece has even gone on for so long.
Yeah, but
It's because
I can't even
Oda's that good
start it.
at world building and like tying the story together with that. Because like his whole story idea and concept, it all began like when he was a kid. He wrote all this stuff down, and all the stuff that he's written down since he was a kid, he's made use of it, like recycled ideas and stuff like that from
Huh.
the original concept that he came up with when he
One
was a
can ask,
child.
why is Ash still the main protagonist in every Pokemon show?
I
No, I was saying Oda, not Pokemon. Sorry. I don't know if I
No, I'm completely off topic asking that.
because they wanted to keep the audience, you know, not the audience. They wanted to attract the audience that was the same age as Ash.
I still think that's dumb.
True, but like
As an
they
adult, speaking from an adult standpoint, that's still dumb. And even as a youngin, I was like, can we get away from Ash for? But then again, that's probably me growing up. Probably if I had stayed like Peter Pan young,
that's why the games are better. Like
yeah, yeah, you're right. Because the games don't focus on one protagonist. There's the different protagonists every single time. Yes, sometimes they look alike. Over time, when the games got
yeah, especially with how they still follow the same formula of having like the antagonist team being the same thing as Team Rocket over and over and over again,
hmm
which kind of makes it less innovative in comparison to other Nintendo games like The Legend of Zelda or
Hey,
Fire.
Dominic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was really questioning whether we should do a Vampire Hunter D rewatch today, but it's too late now.
Yeah. I should probably get myself ready for bed soon.
And plus, Owen ain't got no damn laptop, so that'd be a waste.
I got a laptop but no internet, and Owen has internet but no laptop.
Damn! You ain't got nothing in this house. You ain't got no. You got ham, no burger, hot, no dog,
Yes,
peanut,
Chris Tucker.
peanut butter. You ain't got no jelly. Damn! That is Chris Tucker from Friday.
Oh, I need to see Friday. I've heard a lot about that one.
I'll punch you in the face. You boy, you have black and you ain't seen Friday yet.
I
What's wrong
live
with
on a
you?
cruise.
That's the black Bible that you need to complete.
Hey, at least Owen knows about cinema. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
You're the exception,
Oh, it's that way, huh?
right?
At least I've seen Sanford and Son
So did I, motherfucker.
and Good Times, Family Matters,
Uh
Princess
huh.
Prince.
Uh huh. Uh huh. But you still need to see Friday. You ain't. Look, man. You're not gonna weasel your way out of this. I'm still gonna be mad at you. Come on, man. Come on. You got to complete the Black Bible. You gotta see Friday. Every black person has to see Friday. You
Don't
got
do
black
it,
people.
Owen. It's a trap. Don't
You
do
know,
it.
I just started thinking about that scene from Ghost Stories. The
Uh,
one where the kid is running away.
Oh, run as fast like a big black man chasing you.
Yeah. I was gonna tell
Oh,
Owen to run.
or like in Barbershop when he's getting chased by old boy when he's trying to give him back the money. I don't want it. You gonna take this money back. You're making me. I'm trying to do a job here, Kevin, and you're not allowing me to do it. They would know. You guys are youngins.
no, I still have
Like,
ghost stories on the brain. Oh my goodness. I've even heard like the story behind the scenes of that because apparently like the actual anime in
yeah. It
Japan wasn't
was
doing too
literally
well.
it was ad libs the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was apparently that anime didn't do too well in
And I thought
Japan.
GoldenEye
So
Rogue
what?
Agent was just a Mad Lib script.
Rogue Agent. I love Rogue Agent.
Like,
Well, uh, what I was gonna say is like when they was about to be translated over here in the U.S., they were just like, do whatever you can to make this work, and that's where we get ghost stories.
I
But
really want to get a copy, like a physical copy, because like I've only seen like through the internet, but like all those YouTube videos are getting removed, so
Not
yeah,
all of them.
true.
Not all of them.
you just
There's,
gotta
there's
search. You gotta, keep tunneling, keep, mining.
when there's a will, there's a
Yeah,
way.
yep, keep
Yeah, but
mining,
I want
keep
to get a
searching.
physical copy.
Of course, that's why you
Yeah,
will want to.
yeah.
You
I want to
funny.
be a camper ranger.
You wanna be raised by strangers.
wait, that actually reminded me. I actually came up with the Nintendo parody song.
Oh
Did you
no.
now?
Yes. Alright,
Okay.
alright. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright. A little bit of Mario in my life. A little bit of Peach will be alright. A little bit of Luigi is all I need. A little bit. Wait,
Um, I mean,
will you
it's
let
an
me do
attempt.
it?
Would you not get distracted by it? I'm trying to build a theme here.
And I'm trying to sing a song here.
You can sing it while not looking at the screen, right?
Okay,
Wear a
alright.
blindfold.
Alright,
Oh my.
and I gotta do this all over again. Okay. Alright, ready? Okay. A little bit of Mario in my life. A little bit of Peach will be alright. A little bit of Luigi is all I need. A little bit of Daisy for a week. A little bit of Wario for the cash. A bit of Waluigi, nut and smash. Makes me oh mad. Oh!
Nice one. Like it. And you did without getting distracted. Congratulations. Give them a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
Clap, clap. I
I'm doing
can't
the
clap
sign
right now.
languages clapping because I'm starting to wind down.
Why won't you die? Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma.
What is that from?
Metal Gear Rising. It's Senator Armstrong.
I was
Uh,
wrong. You're not greedy. You're batshit insane.
What was that scene from Metal Gear not Metal Gear. Wait. No, is it Metal Gear?
Like
Oh my
which one?
god. The one where he's like talking about America or something.
Yeah, that's Metal Gear
Yeah, that's
Rising.
in Metal Gear Rising.
I have a dream that one day every person in this nation will control their own destiny. A nation of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words. Ruled
You
by
know what scene
strength,
I'm talking
not
about, right?
committee. Where the law changes to
Is it this
suit the
one that he's doing?
individual,
The
not the
one
other
where
way
he's like
around.
fighting
Where
Raiden
power
or
and justice
something.
are back where they belong, in the hands of the people. Where every man's free to think, to act for himself. Fuck all these limp dick lawyers and these chicken shit bureaucrats. Fuck this 24-hour internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit. Fuck American pride. Fuck the shit. Fuck the media. Fuck all of it. America's disease. Rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down. And from the ashes, a new America will born. Evolve, not untamed. Shit. Fucked up that line.
You know
It's
that
the one where
actually.
he's punching Raiden, right? Like on the
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, on
he's
the
doing all
Yeah,
the
train.
for
wrestler
Metal
moves and
Gear.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all Metal Gear
actually
Rising.
just by that. For some reason, that reminds me of in JoJo. It's Dio's idea of heaven.
Oh, and if you want to dip out, you can dip out. Just give us your cool sign out. Sign out.
I'll do my best. Yep. Thank you all for watching. Please hit, and if you haven't done so yet, please hit that whole like and subscribe button. Yes. And if you haven't, I will visit you in the middle of the night and then unleash my mega smashes upon you, and you do not want me to do that.
Hopefully, it will never come to that.
Hopefully. Good night, everybody, and have
Take care, Guyver
pleasant
Patriot.
dreams. Take care, Wolf Commander, signing out.
Oh, what you gonna say, Final?
Oh, I thought like I'll. Oh yeah, never mind. Just by that, it reminds me a lot in JoJo Part 6 where it's in Enrico Pucci's flashback where he was talking to Dio and he actually gives off his idea of heaven where
Mm-hmm.
everyone is tied to knows their fates and they stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's almost what it reminds me of when he's saying that they can actually try to make their own destiny. But whereas more so with JoJo, that's more so the story's very concept of fate, where you cannot even escape it, where even if you try to say you alter the events, they say that you defied fate, when really you just alter the fate.
Mm-hmm.
Unless if
So
you're.
you're saying Araki is like fatalist?
Uh,
I don't think he. I just think he wanted to write a book about metrosexual dudes fighting each other.
Yeah, me too.
well, Part 6 kind of the exception since pretty much. I think there are only like 3 characters in Part 6 that are all girls.
Right.
Yeah,
Jolene
I
and
know.
her
Yeah,
crew.
the main character.
He basically wrote a fucking female prison story.
Yeah, because Part
Yo,
6 is a
so
prison story.
Orange is the new black, but better.
Oh, it wishes it was this. I'm talking about in the terms of prison exploitation films. So he basically just took a whole prison exploitation film and turned it into a show, or at least in his case, a manga.
Yeah,
Nice.
because like
I
part
really need to
one.
read the manga, like, cause
Yeah, I actually have the manga of parts 1 through 3, and I
I
only
know
have
I
like the
heard
first 3 And I
Like
only have
part
the first
one,
3
I heard
volumes of part
the
4.
the beginning of part one. I heard like the art was like hard to get through, but then
Yeah,
over
because this was
time,
the early days of Araki being a
yeah.
mangaka.
Damn, and seeing how he got published like that, it makes me think, damn, I should really just start like just do
Look,
it.
don't go in. Look, it's one thing I want to tell everybody. Never go starting off with the idea of fame yet. You you go in getting your work done.
Yeah,
Now how
definitely.
excuse me. Now how it gets noticed or not, that's a coin toss. But the part that you play into to getting it noticed like that is how much of yourself you're willing to put in, how much of your passion you're going to put in as well, and above all else, make it good. Knowing full who you want to attract as your audience, especially
You
because
just
that's
gotta be consistent.
that's another thing. Be very consistent. Be
I mean,
very consistent.
um, oh no, Dominic. Wait, who? Yeah, Dominic Powell says if we're going to discuss the sliding scale between free will versus destiny, where would you put JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on the scale? I mean, I don't know. Like from what I've seen of JoJo, like it's more like about like generations and like bloodline and stuff like that. So it's more like an inherited destiny than really. I
Yeah,
mean,
because that's basically what it is. Because ever since part 1 with Jonathan and Dio, they were fated to be enemies. Like no matter what, they're always gonna be, no matter whatever they
Dracula and the
run into.
Belmonts, pretty much.
Cause like anyway, so yeah, as I was saying with like how I was saying part 6 was a prison escape film, it goes back to everything that Araki draws inspiration to with his parts. Like part 1, which it's pretty much my favorite hero story. Do not get me wrong.
Hmm.
Absolutely love Jonathan Joestar. Easily my favorite. And yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
a
look in the
spin on
private chat.
yeah,
The links I shared in private chat. That's part 6.
yeah, so yeah, part 1 is a spin on the gothic horror genre with the hero's journey involved because that's always a big part of Jonathan's character. Even Dio
Hmm.
goes through with that,
Jonathan is a more traditional hero archetype.
pretty much. Part 2 is an Indiana Jones-like adventure story as they travel around many different countries to retrieve the Redstone of Aja.
Right.
Then part 3 is a road trip film as they go from many different countries to reach to Egypt to get to Dio. Part 4 is much more so like a slice of life story, while it's also a murder mystery, as there is actually a killer in a small town.
Hmm. Kind of like a slasher film mixed in too.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
noticing
play,
that as I'm watching it.
yeah, if you play Persona 4, you know what I'm talking about. As it
Better
pretty much,
than Stephen King.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. And then part 5 is a gangster flick. If you ever watched The Godfather, which I know some of you may have, you'd be familiar with
Hmm.
I've seen
all
clips
of
of
part
it.
5. And then part 6, as I mentioned, it is a prison
Need to
escape
do
film.
more than just clips, Eloise.
Um, part 6 the one where which one was it
Jolene.
where oh but I know there was one where it was they were dressed in like sailor uniforms.
That is part 8. That's Jojolian. It just ended.
Yeah, I heard there was a new one though, like or am I mistaken? Like one with like a guy with goggles or something. I can't remember.
I will have to get back to you when I get there.
I'm thinking of like part 7. Yeah, Steel Ball Run. That's the
Oh yeah,
horses.
that's that. Yeah, I'm confusing Steel Ball Run with like JoJo then.
Yeah, because the only person I remember that had goggles in there was Gyro Zeppeli.
He had blonde hair, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
at
Then I'm
least it's
confusing.
what it appears to be. I think Johnny Johnny Joestar in that part even has that. Jojo is willing to cross into. Hold on, Jojo is willing to cross into different genres to Araki. Yeah, because that's what Araki grew up with. Hell, he even takes many characters that take after celebrities. Like,
I really like how Araki creates characters after like music and stuff like that.
exactly, he names them after that.
The stands, I think, yeah.
Yeah, even
The Pillar Man.
Huh?
The Pillar Man, for
Exactly,
example,
yeah.
too.
And I
AC/DC.
Yep. And I think Dio's design in part 3 was meant to be based after the song called Sacred Heart, which is a Ronnie James Dio song, because that is what Dio is named after.
Mm-hmm.
And Killer not Killer Queen, but
Killer Queens.
yeah, obviously.
She's a killer
Song.
queen.
Yoshikage Kira is obviously David Bowie. What else? I think weren't Jonathan and Dio meant to be based after with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Maybe.
Yeah, and Jotaro in part 3 takes heavy inspiration from Clint Eastwood.
I can see it.
Which it even hints why in the English dub he was voiced by Matthew Mercer.
Right.
Even so much so, they even take a quote from McCree from Overwatch where he says that it's high noon. Right
it's
when he was
high noon.
Yep, exactly.
Whoa there.
Do you think Jotaro was a anti-hero or?
I don't think he's an anti-hero.
No. He's more so just like the cathartic motivational hero where in contrast to how Jotaro is meant to be bad boy Jonathan, whereas Jonathan is the aspirational archetypal hero. And then
Jotaro's a delinquent.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. His design was inspired off of the delinquent trope in manga and
Exactly,
anime,
yeah.
like.
And then in part 4 he kind of goes off of that, which is why now he's
Well,
actually.
I mean, it makes sense that he goes off that because he's out of high school now, so.
Yeah, he is also pretty much a doctor now, which is why he wears white.
Nice.
And I know he wore purple in part 6 when he came back in order to see Jolene again.
Nice.
Because I mean, I get it's meant to like be a nod to both the Joestar lineage because he does have a star on the back of his coat, and especially it's meant to be a nod to Star Platinum. And the funny thing is, as much as like a lot of people like to say Star Platinum, I do like to say that theory is actually a bit fun. It is kind of a fun fan theory where Star Platinum is meant to be is actually the soul of Jonathan. Where so much so it actually takes a lot of cues from Jonathan.
I was just gonna say, one of the things that I think one of my favorite things of like some manga artists, like for example, like the creator of Bleach and his obsession with like fashion and stuff like that, and how it just like is displayed in like his art, like the promotional material for Bleach and
yeah,
like
Araki has even gone so much
into
fashion where he even made one shots of those characters. Like Enrico Pucci, the main villain of part 6, was obviously named after a fashion brand, which I forgot.
Yeah, that's also fascinating
Gucci,
like that. When manga artists do that. So it's really nice to like see that displayed in their artwork, like the interests they have in other areas, and it just gives more life to their creations, like the manga that they're writing and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes you can even go not too much on the erotic side, but still pretty much kind of exotic. Like the girls in JoJolion, they were pretty much more so there mostly for eroticism, but they served a purpose.
What? That's it? That's all?
Oh,
Yeah, just wanted, yeah, everyone's just
Dominic Powell says the Yankee subculture within Japan continues to thrive. I clicked with the series instantly because I love music and history surrounding it. Next comics and movies and others. No, but the Yankee, um, character archetype is a bit different from like the delinquent,
Mm-hmm.
because the Yankee is more like American influenced, while the delinquent is more like Japanese, high school focused. Yankee is more
Yeah.
like a street culture, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and basically they ride sport bikes
I remember being
with it.
referred to as a Yank back while I was working. At least I was hearing Yanks. Because we get a lot of
I
people
mean,
from other countries over here
yeah,
sometimes. You
a lot
you
of
find those
people
short
in
y'all.
Europe call a lot of people in Europe call Americans like Yanks, especially like in Britain and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even people like in Central America and South America call, they either say gringo or Yankee.
Say what again? Say
Yeah, because doesn't
what
that come from?
again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Sorry, Mapacelli.
Yeah, because doesn't that come from like the song of Yankee Doodle? And have you ever even been
Yeah,
in American history?
Yankee Doodle.
Yes.
Yankee
Because like, doesn't
Doodle
that where
went
that
to
word comes from
town.
with Yankee?
Mm-hmm.
No, but it's kind of funny because like even here in the U.S. like Yankee is for like the North.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
I
guys,
just wonder how people from the South deal with that, like being called Yankee when they're not from the North, when they're like visiting other countries or something like that.
I think they don't mind it. I like to think so though, that they don't mind it.
Is it wrong of me to like just imagine them getting like oh butthurt or something, and it just kind of makes me
Nah,
laugh?
I mean, you can. I mean, go ahead by all means, think like that. But like,
No, it's just like
just saying,
no,
just
there's
don't
like
feel disappointed when they don't confirm that. Is what I'm saying.
yeah, I know. It's just like I've met some people online that are from the South that really get bent out of shape and stuff like that.
They probably don't show it
Yeah.
unless you break down their barriers a bit, and then they bring that up. I don't even know what they call Californians.
Cali people.
I mean, what will be a sort of slight towards towards Californians? Trooper would know. Trooper probably would tell us.
Avocados.
Maybe. Probably so. I don't know.
Where is Indiana located? Midwest?
Think so. Let me look.
I used to think Oklahoma was in the South.
Nice.
I know, my geography sucks.
So this is mine. That's why I'm looking for a map. Said Indiana, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
It's funny though, I memorized like where the where the countries are in Africa, but I didn't memorize the ones in the U.S. Like during history
Better
class,
than
I
I do.
was, huh?
I said you did better than I do when it comes to the countries of Africa, or at least.
No, but like that was because like I needed it to memorize it to like pass a test
Mm,
in history class. So
give me a sec. Give me a sec. Indiana, 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 Indiana. It's a big map, by the way.
very big.
Indiana. Excuse me. Oh, it's right underneath Leia, between Idaho, Illinois, and Kentucky.
Yeah, that's the Midwest then.
You're right. And yep.
Wait, who's watching?
What do you mean?
How many viewers?
One.
I wonder who that is. Dominic Powell, you still here?
He is. He just he just commented just now. Iraqi may be older, but he still looks young due to taking care of himself. I certainly finished his book, Manga in Theory and Practice. I highly recommend it for aspiring
Oh,
writers and artists.
I really wanna buy that. And you know, I still remember when whatchamacallit, someone made a thread about it on Twitter, and then a whole bunch of people started reading on there because Araki was, keeping it real in the book when
Mm-hmm.
he acknowledged like the different interests between like males and females, and what's best to put in a manga orientated towards males and
Yeah,
versus
because
like
that's
what.
exactly when I bought that book that I always wanted to be a writer on how to specifically write manga because I love JoJo so much. I actually bought that book because of that, and it's much more so that whenever I would make my characters, I would always make the character history sheets, which even he does that.
Right.
Yep. I think um I started doing that for like the characters that I was trying to create because, I always visited like the wikias of like fandom and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting to know how they would have this thing showing the the basics of the character origin and stuff like that. And then after that, after you get that initial title card, you scroll down and you get the whole history, like where they expand upon it.
Mm-hmm.
If they may
Yeah,
as well
so
have it.
If they're not lazy enough to not put that in,
yeah.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of wikis out there that are just you can tell that they just did not care.
Familiar of Zero be thou name.
Or more so with them, um, DA Games' work with Iris. Because, like, yeah, it pretty much would be that because they don't reveal much of the
Or
personality.
the Tokusatsu wikis, unless it's Godzilla.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, some of them do, yeah.
'Cause
I
I
mean,
was
the
looking at
most
Gridman
personality
wiki,
character that
and
I've
they didn't
seen in
do.
all the characters for Tokusatsu are mostly all the Kamen Rider stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying like they did the bare minimum for Gridman, and Gridman's been out for how long? I might as well write this shit myself since I got the freaking series on Blu-ray.
Dominic Powell says the guy keeps things real in the book as he goes through the process and business in fiction for writing and art. My three favorite chapters are the four pillars, dialogue, and business.
Y'all need to give me some details on to what he said about the male and female interests.
I think there was a whole thread of it on Twitter, like where someone was breaking down how very relevant the chapters were. And then a bunch of people started reading about how Rocky was sexist or this and that.
Of course.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, it's not really much of a surprise at all. It's just that it's gone by people who have who think they have an idea of what things go, and again, it's all about if it goes against their perception, their perceived ideals, or at least whatever it is that they they think they have a good grasp about it, they get mad because like half the
Did you
time
guys just
it's
hear that?
no.
Hear what?
No, my phone fell on my face.
Are you falling asleep now?
No, it's because my hand slipped.
That's happened to me more than once.
Well, y'all need to stop holding your phones or
I mean,
get a
I
grip.
always keep my phone laying down.
Yeah,
Because
true.
I
You're
was
back.
holding my phone while scrolling through it, and it hit me in the face.
Which is why a lot of
It's
people
telling you
have
to
a
wake
pop
up.
socket on their phone.
It said wake up.
Eh,
I have
You're scrolling.
a poppet socket on like my phone case, like on another phone, but like not on this one.
right.
What I was gonna say was, again, back to what I was saying. If I was saying anything, it's like they either they have this narcissistic idea about what they think things are, but they don't do the bare minimum research, or at least they don't they cannot accept the universal truths or the objective truth. You know,
Yeah,
like they cannot accept the ideal truth of sex sales. So sexy woman equals you get a product selling. Why you think we have a lot of hot women holding up the products?
exactly. Yeah.
It's not that it's not that it's look, if there was any other way, trust me, if there was any other way we can get our product without that kind of practice, we would. But we know what sells it more is that a hot chick holding up a maybe a beer can or a gun or even deodorant.
I
That's
mean,
what.
even stuff like marketed towards women, like it's either an attractive woman or an attractive man. In the advertisement.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Sex
And yet,
sells. And
exactly. But yet,
I think what they take from that is that they're taking that the term too literal. It's more of hot attractiveness sales. I think that's
Yep.
what we need to retool it as attractiveness sales. You sell what's attractive to your sellers, your buyers. I'm sorry, your buyers. Y'all want to add anything to that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, damn, I was on a track to something, but I can't remember what my train of thought was.
It goes double for hot guys. Think about the fast food industry, right? Or even
yeah,
Kelvin
like,
Klein, Gap, even.
yeah. And yet, it's so much so that a lot of people
Oh,
think,
I don't know,
mm,
finish, you can finish.
okay. Um, I just researched about this on why a lot of people would think that the average Joe would think that they're smarter than anyone else, when really that's pretty much their hubris. Where even to the most popular people, they would put themselves either average or higher, but yet the most average people, and yet to where they would just feel inferior and they think they would just know everything, when really that's just their hubris.
I forgot what, there was a term for this, like
Yeah,
something curve, something.
yeah, there is actually a term for that. I forgot what it was too.
Me too. I was always
And
the
I think it was
philosophy
named
is no
after
matter
German philosophers, I believe.
they always knew the answer to everything. But I kid. Nah, my usual philosophy is no matter how smart you, yeah, no matter how smart you think you are, there'll be somebody smarter than you. No matter how strong you think you are, there's someone stronger than you. Faster applies as well in endurance. The question is, what do you do with that kind of odds? Do you accept it? Do you crack on it, or do you accept the challenge of getting better? Just understand the reality that there always somebody better than you, and you're hold true to you being one of the best. You know
Best
what I'm
way to
saying?
go is just be the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why many heroes are actually the best people, easily the best for the people. Like when you look at Superman, he is the best of who we are. He is the one who we need right now. But yet, not a lot of people like to do it because they just
What's
like
the
to.
line from Kamina?
I'm not sure.
Believe in me that believes in you.
Ex- or yeah, pretty much almost. Um, but yet, not a lot of people like to do the aspirational heroes because a lot of people just like to either try to pretend to be Frank Miller or Alan Moore or just try to ground whatever in reality when that's not really how
It's
fantasy
because
and
they
fiction even
don't
works.
they don't like aspirational heroes because they don't want to live up to it.
Too much
Like,
work.
yeah, not only that, but like I think a lot of times they take things too personally. The
Well, pretty much,
especially
yeah. Just like
especially like
I
on the
I hear about this with like when Lupin
the
Ranger versus Pod
I found
Ranger
it.
was still
I found
airing.
it. The
Oh,
Dunning-Kruger effect.
that's what it is. I knew it was named after. I think it was named after German philosophers, I believe.
I'm here punching your keys.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't hear it, but you're okay. And
It says the Dunning-Kruger effect is the hypothetical cognitive bias stating that people with low ability at a task overestimate their own ability.
yeah, that's literally what that basically is. Like I said, it's pretty much their hubris. And
Mm-hmm.
going off of what Alois was saying on like things that never wanted people want to take it at least like personal, is that what it is?
Whatever.
Like whenever like people don't like to do aspirational heroes because they always take it on a more personal level.
Yeah, because it gives them a standard that they have to live by and a higher bar to set to meet. And contrast that with deconstruction, which lowers the standard, lowers the bar, so
Yeah, that's pretty
it's
much
more
what
to their
Alan Moore
liking.
pretty much did with Watchmen, like try to deconstruct that. But even what's ironic about that, even he kind of believes in that we need some of the real hero stuff too. Because
I mean, he
especially,
was he was mad that whatchamacallit, Rorschach resonated more with people than the other characters did.
yeah,
It
and
still it still continued after the movie.
Yep.
exactly, yeah. And don't even get him started with the movies because he hates when there's film adaptations of his own work, especially superhero movies in general.
Right.
And yet, going off of that, I hear this personal argument when Lupin Ninja vs. Pod Ranger was still airing. As I was watching that show, I absolutely loved that show. Like, I played Persona 5 from that, and yet I see with Lupin Ranger vs. Pod Ranger where it plays with the theme of cops and robbers, and I loved it. And so much so, a lot of people like to say the common misconception about the show is that it was focused so much on the Lupin Rangers and less about the Pod Rangers, despite the show is very character driven. And especially with the Sixth Ranger, Takao Noel, he's the Sixth Ranger. He's actually Lupin X and Pottering X. He's the double agent to both teams.
Nice.
And it's just that the
I have a
Pod Rangers.
question.
What?
Sorry to get off topic, but I was just looking at the picture of the Spin Fighters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, was Spin Fighters the one with the dragon?
No, that's Beyblade.
No, but I remember there was something before Beyblade that was about spinning tops and had dragons as well.
Spinfire was his own brand. He never had a show.
Huh. So then what am I trying to
It was a
remember?
It was a toy, basically. Um, I think what you're talking about is dragonflies, and that
Dragonflies?
yeah, it did have a show, but it was a toy series where kind of like Sky Dancers. Have you heard of Sky Dancers? I
No.
mean, no, I'm saying like if were anybody talking about Sky Dancers around, you probably not because that was a one-off toy too and a one-off show that they made as well.
Wait, Dragonfly.
Dragonflies, as in FLYZ.
So anyway,
Dragonfly's toy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come up on Google.
Why you weren't working on Google again? Google sucks.
I know. It's just like I can't be bothered to download anything right now. This phone is too new. And I kind of just want to
Right.
keep it
Too
working.
risky.
or too new and too risky, you say? Anyway, so yeah,
Here, I got it for you.
so yeah, going back with on the Lupin Ranger vs. Pot Ranger. The Pot Rangers, they are literally cops because they are literally a patrol police. They know their goal is to help others and to stop the ganglers, which they are the monsters of the show. Whereas the Lupin Rangers, on the other hand, their goal is a more personal one, to where they're trying to retrieve their loved ones back by retrieving pieces of the Lupin collection, which are the
Oh, no wonder nothing came up. I spelled it wrong.
yeah,
I
because
spelled it FLIZE instead of FLYZ.
After I unspelled it for you.
My brain just did the oops.
Probably a good time to start wrapping things up anyways.
oh yeah,
Yeah. When I get sleepy, I just start my cognitive ability just like deteriorates to like I don't know,
I'll,
4-year-old.
I'll show you Sky Dancers real quick. Actually, I'm gonna do a '90s talk one of these months. I'm gonna do a '90s talk of shows I enjoyed during the '90s. Always watch that I happen to watch that I happen to know about. Whereas people are like, wait, that was a show? Yep, that was a show.
Do you guys
Even
play
down even
the Game of
what?
Thrones mobile app?
Hell no. Why would I?
I was never interested in Game of Thrones.
I like downloaded it because I was bored and started playing.
It's like somebody download Angry Birds just because they're bored. Or that Star Wars game, mobile game.
You can even get like the Lego Star Wars on mobile, literally for free.
Yeah, there was even a Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon. Crickets.
What
Nothing but crickets.
what are some good mobile games you guys would recommend?
None of them. Cause my opinion about mobile games is unattractive. Let's just say that.
No, I understand. Like
I,
the one mobile game that I really got into, I forgot what it was called.
Let me put you like this then. Let me put you like this. Mobile games are just another casino.
Yep.
They're slot machines.
Yep.
Yes, you can play them for free, but obviously where the real fun starts is when you when you pay for the stuff. Sadly, that's how it is.
Which is no wonder why video games
Is
are
it
actually
weird that
cool
like
to play.
is it weird that I don't mind the grind?
Well, you're addicted. That you got hook, line, and sinker.
No, I don't spend money on it. I just like grind through it.
Oh
even
yeah,
if it's slow. I don't really mind because like
same
Oh,
thing.
trust me, it'll especially be a slow burn once you play Star Wars Battlefront 2, specifically the EA one,
Oh
where you
no,
have to
I'm
get
sticking
all
to the
this extra
original.
content just by playing Darth Vader constantly 24/7.
So, what are your thoughts on Game of Thrones and its legacy in the fantasy genre? Yeah,
I'm not
well,
really
it's the
that
thing
interested
that
into Game of Thrones because, as much as I am pretty well aware that it is pretty critically acclaimed thanks to the show, are the books that well acclaimed too?
I
back
don't
then, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
Resurged
appreciate
now thanks to the show.
I appreciate George R. R. Martin's work with it, but it's almost like the Watchmen of fantasy, where it basically deconstructs it to a whole nother level, and then everyone expects some fantasy stories to be exactly like Game of Thrones when it's just going to be a
Yeah,
whole different thing.
that
Because it's
definitely I
very
agree with
limiting
you.
once you do that.
I agree with you there. It's
Yeah,
gonna be remembered as like the thing that killed fantasy.
yeah, and it's so much so that um, hold on here, what was it?
Put you like
That
this: no other fantasy genre is going to be the same anymore because a lot of people are still rose tinted glasses from Game of Thrones. So whenever time you
exactly, yeah.
talk about it's okay. I brought up Tower Pret earlier in this stream, right? Yeah, yeah. I remember I brought up that one scene in Tower Prep when when those two girls were talking when somebody was talking about the teacher was talking about the Odyssey, right? And he brought up the Cyclops ring.
Mm.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, yeah, y'all never
Oh,
watched Tower Prep,
the
huh?
did the girls start asking questions like Twilight something something?
Yeah, their questions was basically Twilight related questions, and the Odyssey was is nothing like Twilight at all. Or at least I think he was
Especially
talking about the
everything from
Iliad.
I've heard of it, then yeah. But
So I like to think before you continue, final. I wanted to bring this up. So I like to think that nowadays when you bring up your fantasy concept or anybody who's bringing up any fantasy work, it's gonna be like those two girls. Gonna be completely like those two girls. Only difference is you're pitching it right. It's like so. Are we gonna is there going to be an ancient civilization that speaks Valerian, or are we doing political intrigue with a bit of mysticism? Is it like going to be like the stuff like that? So now it's like everybody's hitting it with the label of Game of Thrones, but this or this with a bit of Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying?
it
Yeah.
sounds like they got the idea for writing just by reading terrible romance novels.
And the comparisons will never stop, unfortunately, guys. So again, back to what I
I
was
mean,
saying again
what I
when it
like
comes
about Game of Thrones is like um high fantasy is like the history in the past and then like the present is low fantasy,
hmm
which I found interesting, especially when you start reading up on like the world of Ice and Fire, like the different backgrounds and stuff like that, and how Martin made use of like Lovecraftian lore to give it some, some whatchamacallit, existential horror in there to like and make the world mysterious and stuff like that. But when you really think about it, in history, that's how people viewed like other cultures. Like unless you really visited the area, it's
nothing else.
Um, I guess we can go back to what I was talking about. But yeah, Game of Thrones is more so like satire. Like people constantly dying left and right, the horrors of the anything else like that.
no, I was saying sorry, it's because my mom was like, she like poked her head in. You know, sorry, this is sidetracking, but you know, like that. Have you guys ever watched Attack on Titan Abridged?
No.
The one
Yeah,
where
where it
the
turns to a
one.
musical later on.
No, it's the one where like the first episode is he's like, "Holy Mother Teresa" on a Mercedes Benz or something like that. The first episode.
Only familiar with the Team 4 Star version and the one that turned to a musical later on.
All right, so there's like the scene where like they repurpose the scene where someone pokes their head, where Jean Jean and Aaron were arguing, and then um the 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 commander,
Shadness.
yeah, Shaddus pokes his head in, and it starts asking them, "So what is your argument gonna be?" Like something like that.
That's the Team 4 Star version.
Yeah, so my mom just poked her head in in a similar fashion.
Hey, yeah, big bum basket. You got a comeback for that one? Well, I was going to talk about how stupid he is. Well, that was probably a good idea, too. But you know what else is a good idea? Going the fuck to sleep!
Yep, that's essentially what my mom did just now.
That's probably pretty much like the Morgana going to sleep quotes in Persona 5 that they just make memes out of. Anyways, I just found 2 comments on the
Yeah,
chat.
but my mom was like, "Hey, you're not studying. Why aren't you sleeping?" And I
Anyways,
told her I don't have internet. And she's like, "You have internet on your phone, don't you?" And I'm just like, "No, I can't download anything on my
anyway.
laptop.
Oh,
I need the PowerPoint. I can't even open it to see it."
sheesh.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
I
What I
just
was
found.
saying,
Ooh,
sorry, about existential horror, like when you think about like cultures in the past, like unless you actually visited the place or was well read or well traveled, like that's how people viewed like other cultures, like that whole making use of the existential horror, like it's really interesting, especially how like the masters, when they write about like these far off lands and stuff like that, they also, you can tell where their bias is leaking in. That's kind of similar to how like in historical writings, like
Wait a minute. Hang on. How the fuck we get 4 people watching that now? We're getting close to wrapping it up.
so like I was saying, it's kind of similar to if you ever read Hegel's writings on Africa, like and compare
Uh-huh.
it to like the masters writing about Grindled men, or the not the Skagosi, the I forgot the island that's like north of Bravos.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they're called, but writing about that, it's kind of
Essos?
similar. It, huh? Yeah,
Essos?
no, no, north of Bravos. Essos is the continent.
Alright. Bravos. Mm.
North of
Bravo.
Bravos, like
Hard.
east of Skagos. East of Skagos, north of Bravos. Northeast. No,
Mm.
northwest. No, northeast. Yeah.
When in doubt, Google.
Is
I just found 2 comments from Dominic Prowl and Leia Plus Size, and I actually do agree with their points here, saying fantasy. Dominic would say fantasy and science fiction should not be like Watchmen or Game of Thrones. Those do not have missed the point on these 2, or those
Are you
that
talking
do
about
have
Laroth?
missed the point of these
no,
2.
Lorath is different. It's different.
Narvos?
But
Pentos?
no, those are the free cities.
And
Oh
then
man,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the island, but hold on.
Irosh?
No,
Lease?
um, Damn, it's escaping me right now, the name, but um essentially the master's writing about these far off places and stuff like that. You can like literally dissect how their bias leaks into like the writings.
Hmm.
So especially like the World of Ice and Fire and Fire and Blood, like just how the bias leaks in. And yeah, so that was fascinating, that world building and using the existential horror and stuff like that to explain away like stuff they don't understand, and it really does capture it well.
Anyway,
So yeah, I just wanted to say that like using high fantasy as like a historical point for like low fantasy, the low fantasy that Ice and Fire starts off with, that I think that was a good use of like contrasting the two and then slowly building up to it getting into like high fantasy territory. I think that was really good. But
Mm.
you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it is essentially what destroyed fantasy itself in the sense that it's the Watchmen of fantasy.
yes, because that's basically my point I was trying to say. Because Game of Thrones is literally just satire. Like, as mentioned earlier, people dying left and right, the horrors that do come up, yeah. And it's basically where I found the two comments that I was reading about Dominic Prowl and Leia Plus Size saying that none of science fiction or fantasy should ever be like Watchmen or Game of Thrones, and that normies in Hollywood think all fantasy movies are like that, but yet they don't get it. And exactly, they should never be that way. That's basically just almost like their own thing. Which is why I always like Kamen Rider Saber so much. Because like it is literally a story told through the eyes of a novelist. Because Toma, he's not actually a hero, despite that he is Kamen Rider Saber. He is,
Ibn,
huh?
the Ibonese, that's the island. Ibn. Did you say that, Wolf? I think you. Ibn?
I probably would. I probably did. Let me see.
Okay,
No, I don't think I did.
look at Dr.
I said
Y's comic.
Tyros.
Looking at
No,
Dr.
you
Y's
were
comments,
listing
he's
off
saying
the
Game of
free
Thrones can be
cities.
satire, but it
Okay.
has cool dragons. Yeah, but it still doesn't sell the point. Cause like it's still satire through and through. It's not gonna be anything like as much as I admire George R. R. Martin's work on the story from what he did with it, at least what he tried, but still, no fantasy should ever be something like this.
It should not be too much of overindulgence. Is what Final was saying,
Exactly, yeah.
and that's what we're dealing with, overindulgence.
Yeah, and it's why a lot of people just like deconstruct everything, especially that they've been deconstructing a lot of Batman with actually Alan Moore did this with the Killing Joke.
Deconstruction only works if you like as a story if you reconstruct it again.
As Omniviewer had once pointed out in one of his Arthur's takes, you're supposed to reconstruct after that. You're not supposed to just deconstruct. It's basically selling you chaos and destruction.
I
You know what I'm
think
saying?
like if
It's
any of you have like looked into like the 1000 Worlds series, I think what's gonna end up happening is like humanity merges with the others. Like
to which
that's
I
really the
say to
ending.
you, Dr. Y, which I
Oh,
say,
you think this is Harem of the Dead, you shrimp dick fuck nugget?
I
And yet
mean, it
I
might
even
as
saw his
well be.
comment. Though Kamen Rider, though it says though Kamen Rider Saber looks cool, I don't know where I can watch these newer shows. You can actually watch it on Toku Fun, where you can actually watch some of the recent tokusatsu shows, though it's mostly a lot of Heisei era toku shows of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. You can even watch some of their recent shows on there. Like
Boy,
Levi's
if you
just
can't
came out.
even pull a protractor out of your wiener slot and turn, then you shouldn't even bother trying to be with the king.
Yeah. Anyway.
That always sounded painful. Like I'm just trying to figure out like how that works. I'm
You
just
sound like a majestic fucking eagle.
synchronize with me.
Oh no, we're losing Wolf. Stay with us, Wolf.
I'm sorry. Some people have clipped it, and I'm like the titles are basically what he's saying in the clip, and I'm just reading it out in his voice.
I don't get what's funny.
You'll see. You'll see.
Sorry, this happened to me once again. I tried to look at the chat and I hit the wrong button and I left.
Hey, at least you didn't like accidentally do a face reveal while, you know.
Yeah, that
In the
happened to me
beginning
because
of the
I was
fucking
acting. I don't know
stream.
why I was acting like a cat. I was like stretching so much.
I'm sorry. Like I just realized that entire quote was a pegging joke or something.
Wolf, do you
Not a
even...
pegging joke. I forgot what it's called, but like
We're losing him.
there's a name for it. I don't remember what it's called, and I don't want to
found the
remember
clip that you
anymore.
were talking about earlier, Eloise.
Play it.
Hey, hang on. Basically, like a
My face hurts from smiling.
you can tell a whole series of just good for Prince Shadis. I think my laugh is contagious. I'm actually flattered.
Play the clip.
Hang on, I gotta load it up.
Yo, come on, we're not trying to. Come on, Wolf, get yourself together. You can't
I'll
die
try
here.
to.
Don't die of laughter now.
He sounds like he must have been infected by the Joker's toxin.
You might as well say that. It's like that scene in freaking Mask of the Phantasm. Commandant, please.
Well, sweet Mother Teresa on the hood of a Mercedes-Benz.
No, but there's the scene where he's at the door, like.
I know. I know.
Can we get to wrapping up now?
You know, I think that's what I want to do when, if I ever get a Mercedes-Benz, just like put Mother Teresa on top and just like, and have like a Survey Corps sticker and like on the windshield, like on the back.
I'm just glad these clips load in faster than any other clip that I load in.
You sound like a majestic fucking eagle.
Oh, this got potential. This got potential. Oh boy, you're gonna see some new shit. I'm on my LA shit. Back to the front on my LA shit. No, I'm kidding.
Should we get to wrapping up now?
Yeah.
I saw Leia in the chat, but oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I mean, I already saw her in the chat.
Anyways, I thank my two compadres for joining us today, and for everybody who was here, for the very few of you that was here and sharing your thoughts and us, back and forth and with the dead air and all that stuff. I mean, we soldiered on as much as we can.
Yep, it started off as like a little hangout for people that were stuck in the office or like trying to do coursework, and then it turned into talking about.
Yep. All kind of random shit. So let me end off with something random here.
Well, that may just work, actually. But you know what might work better? Go in the